Rolling with Nat 20. I'm Nat 20. And we're back with more Rebuild 3 in our impossible playthrough, where we are sustaining pretty well. It's not perfect. This zombie's gonna take over this pile of rubble that I don't care about. I kinda got that pile of rubble as a distraction, so it's gonna work out. We got traps going on in various locations, keeping zombies at bay while we can slowly expand out however we want. What is the next move? You are training there. Right now, everybody's just kind of hanging out. You're reclaiming the farm. That's what the move was. Once you reclaim the farm, we can pull you off of food, because you not being on food puts us at losing 1.5 food a day, and you on food gets us at gaining 1.5 food a day. And maybe at that point we can even send somebody to scavenge with you to be safer and trying to get more stuff. So let's go. Day 100. Still alive. Found that we got two factions right next to us to the south. We did luck out by getting ourselves backed up right next to a river. Our starting location was here, so we didn't have far to go to the river, and we even had a police station nearby, which is helpful because the police station has a bunch of extra defense on it and gives defense to the adjacent tiles, making everything we do a little safer. Alright. We're just going to speed this up because we're waiting on you to do this or one of the zombie hordes to attack to change our plans. I need to blow my nose real quick. Okay, nose blown. Muted the mic for it and everything so you didn't have to hear. Cool. Took that farm. We don't have materials. Okay. So you're gonna chop wood, maybe. But I don't know if that's gonna be particularly helpful. And you need to start scavenging out places. If you take a buddy with you, it makes it a lot less scary. 17 versus 33, okay. And what do you got equipped, Michael Comstock? You got the retriever, which is a good answer for this, and a knife. Hanging out with Anchorus, he has a fire axe and a crowbar. That's the best answers for you. Boomerang and shovel are just as good. This would lower your defense by 1, but increase your scavenging by 1. I think defense is what we really need to be okay. Hopefully nobody gets hurt. Alright. Let's wait for the clock to run. Could speed it up, but actually, there is no but. Let's speed it up. Slow it down now because it doesn't pause always when you do stuff. We were out scavenging at the trailer park when Zed jumped us and things went bad fast. When this woman showed up out of nowhere with her wolf dog and saved our bacon. I remember seeing them at the fort a while back when she stayed the night. Good thing she seemed to remember us. Good. Awesome. We scavenged for supplies. We got a bicycle and some material and some food. Material's good enough for us to take this back. Bicycle. I think everybody's good on what they have equipped. I don't think anybody needs the bicycle. Bicycle doesn't add any points, it just gives the vehicle perk, which can be pretty helpful. We're full up on our spacing until we take this apartment back. Can we scavenge this place? this apartment for us. Oh wait, we got that guy right there. That's problematic. We'll have to keep an eye on him, because if he moves into this space, they just get hurt. Alright, get out of there. You're gonna have to do somewhere else then. How about the school? Whoa. Where'd you jump to? Found a stick. Oh yeah, you're over here. I was looking for the yellow. Alright. Found a stick. Great. Alright, you defend that place. We're gonna need you. Well, if we can't scavenge anything safely, we're gonna have to find some stuff. There all along. Reclaiming this farm is like 5 jobs in one. Disposing the dead, avoiding the dead, hauling materials, constructing the wall, and lunch. Didn't expect that last step to be a dangerous one. While I was taking a break, a man suddenly stumbled out of the barn and fired 2 shots over my head. I think he missed on purpose, but I dove to the ground anyway. This is our farm. Confront the man. That didn't go so well. I got closer so I could talk face to face. I figured if he could just look at me in the eyes, he'd understand I meant no harm. But he turned that gun on me and I reacted, grabbing his arm and forcing them upward. And he blew his own head off. This was an accident. I feel terrible. I don't know what to do with myself. I guess I'll finish that wall now. Jimmy Shrug. The Shrugzilla. Well, by things going that way, Jimmy Shrug successfully acquired, Van Dyck's rifle. That's a good one. You take that rifle. You get a lot better at things. Yeah. What do you got? You have a pistol. That's fine. You've got a regular rifle. Also pretty good. We could use more stuff, but I mostly just want to finish scouting. Okay, stop. There's somebody there. We've got more river over here. Matters a little, but not too much. The rifts are going to be taking over what's next to this river. It's just good to know that there's not more stuff that's going to be problematic over there. There's stuff for you to scavenge in there as well as a person. There is. Okay. These are all risky. These are less risky. How risky is this to take? 17. I'll risk 17 to take and spot at the same time. Alright, good. Good. We've taken the farm back. Why that dude was living on our farm? It's weird. That's our farm. It used to be a church. I turned it into a farm. It's ours, damn it. Alright. Now there are a few places cleared out along the edge that I could take, but then I open myself up to being attacked by the places we haven't had a chance to set up fortifications in. Why don't you go help make that scavenging job safe? Cool. We're being attacked by one of the Zed. They swarmed just after 2 a.m., not 10 minutes after I'd finally been able to get sleep, but I was up and out there within 5 minutes, just like we drilled, and by dawn, all that was left of them was a pile of bloody parts. Good deal. Alright. I don't understand how it's because the rubble is so garbage. Rubble provides like no defense versus some. I don't get it. That lowers the danger over there. That's good. Our traps are doing work, keeping us safe on the edges. Do we have any more traps? We do have a couple. So I can use one there. This doesn't have very many zombies and it's just rubble, so should be good. Bath took some time. Yeah. Took my shower, dried off, got ready. Mostly it took a while to set stuff up. But all in all, everything took a lot longer than I thought it would. I started getting ready at about 11:45, and I thought that after about an hour I would be able to have a shower and a meal done. And that was not the case. How's it going, Zero? We got that trap set. We don't... There's a trap there already. It's just that person takes precedence over it. There has a trap. That's good. Does this place have a trap? It does. There's just a bunch of zombies there. And I know there has a trap. We'll hold on to these other traps for now and put them where they're needed. Alright, with the extra farms, we're now making food every day. We need not worry about food. At least not so much. Alright, we found a crowbar and a massive Zed. Alright, let's make a plan. This massive Zed is going to come at us over here. So let us put a tower here to increase the defense. Everything's cool. Let's see if we can keep it cool this time around. Hopefully, we're in a very good place. I got traps researched. I got a bunch of them built. I've got a perimeter of traps. I'm still dealing with masses of Zed that formed before I got the traps down, but after I deal with them, it's pretty much smooth sailing. We even have research going on the constant. Alright, you get down here and try to scout that out so I can know what's going on. Maybe scavenge it. But we're not starving. We're doing it in a good position where we're not starving. Ah, those guys will get me. Alright, let's do a distance scout then. Let's just see what's going on further off in the world. We don't necessarily need anything right now. We could just use stuff. We have a fair amount of bullets. We have no medicine, no fuel, and no material. You'd say stockpile explosives this time around for security. If they don't need to be used right away, they can be helpful anytime. It'd be ideal. If I can get more fuel, I'm definitely going to turn it into explosives on the quick. Also, how's it going, Chris? Glad to see you're able to join us. What? You went diagonal, but I'm preparing here. You suck. Alright, distance scouted some farms. If we're getting into farmland up here, that means we're probably approaching an edge. An edge of the map, that is. Because typically the center of the map ends up being more, urban, and so I'm seeing a lot of urban stuff over here. So we're probably close to the northwestern edge. Alright. Where should I have you scout? Can you handle that? Not even a little. What if I pull you to help? A little bit? Doing alright? Blistering 20-degree weather. Luckily it's your day off. Feel that. I've actually been outside too much. I don't know what the weather's like today. I need not go outside. Today's an inside day. 16% puts you at 19. I'll take those odds. Let's get what's in the mall. Mall often has some pretty cool shiz. You suck, man. What? Turns out Zero got bit in the last zombie attack and was trying to hide it from us. Zero, for shame. He's not showing any symptoms yet, but the rest of the guys aren't too happy with having him walk around the camp like this. He says he feels fine and just wants us to leave him alone. Alright, well, he might not have told us, but I also believe that Zero would take matters into his own hands if things started getting real bad. I don't think he's going to let himself turn and eat somebody. But if he does, that's going to be mighty unfortunate. So we're just going to wait and keep an eye on him. The next morning I went to check on Zero and found him reading in bed and looking perfectly healthy. He thanked me for believing him about the bite. Looks like we took a risk, but everything worked out fine this time. Fake news! You weren't actually bit. Everybody was just like, he's injured. He must have been bit. And you were like, no. No zombification there. Stupid zombie mass. Go help out him, I guess. For now. Do I have any explosives left? No. They've all been used. Alright. Try. You found medicine, not explosives. Okay, fine. Alright, we gotta take you off research and put you on defense. You gotta be on defense. You gotta be on defense. We need to keep this lab safe. In fact, whole crew. I hope one of the other mobs does not attack first. If they do, it's a bummer and we'll just lose part of the city and we'll have to take it back. But we're not losing this lab. We're not losing the lab. They'll be through any minute now. We could order everyone to retreat. We'd be more likely to lose the building, but at least nobody get hurt. Or Zero could send his dog King to join the fight. It'll be dangerous for the dog. Man, that's what the point of the dog is. Get in there and win this fight for us. King was a true champion, and by the end there wasn't an enemy ankle, shin, or crotch without dog's teeth mark in it. Good job, good job. Good. You're such a weak amount of zombies because of the traps there. Right, okay. My wall can successfully defend against you. So you go there. You two continue to do that. And you... There we go, this place is cleared out. Let's take that apartment building back now. Oh. You have to do research. Wasting time. Get that anti-zombie armor out. We're gonna learn about the zombie armor and we're gonna make everybody just a bit safer. Since we've stabilized in food. Oh, come on. Let me build the place. What was that? I don't know what that was. Let me build the place. You stay away from me, massive zombies. We found a lot of food and some medicine. No fuel yet, though. Okay. An RV camp. We can probably find some fuel. We're just letting them take that rubble, by the way. They can have it. Good, he gave up. He's like, I can't get through my own kind. The wandering zombies just go for whoever's out and about doing work. No matter how high your defense is, if they move on you, you automatically take an injury or a death. We got a cowboy hat. Okay. And 10 food. Cowboy hats help my leadership, but I don't need that right now, except when I do make a trade with somebody, now I do have a cowboy hat to wear. So that's kind of cool. Oop, thought I already turned that off. Doesn't show up in the video, but it does bother me every time one of my friends on Steam pops up and it's like, hey, your Steam friend is doing etc, etc. Can you do this safely? Not very. Crap. What's this over here? Parking lot? Not really a whole lot to be scavenged from parking lots, but fuel. Fight or flight. Zero got careless and forgot the knock test. Always knock on a door first and listen for movement on the other side before turning the knob. Zed poured out when he opened it. A panic chase. A wrong turn down a hallway, a locked door in a stairwell. He found himself on the roof with two choices. Leap off and hope something breaks his fall, or fight the zombies barehanded. Hi! Zero is just having all of the events today. And I've never seen this one before. Where's this at? Over here, he was out helping the scavenge. Alright. It says barehanded, but he has a dog with him. And about that gun, the gun's giving him +4, the dog's giving him +2, so he's at least a 3 without anything. When you're offline, take time to go into the options, turn off the Steam overlay. I might. The reason I wouldn't is part of me likes having it on when I do stuff offline. Or not offline, when I do stuff not recording. But negligible. I don't know. I might. I do have a couple of friends that the only way I can get a hold of them is through Steam, so it is kind of helpful when I'm just sticking around on Steam to be able to see that they're available. Alright. Jumping off the roof just seems like it's gonna be all luck. Fight these zombies. Fight the zombies, Zero. Fight the zombies. Give the guy some credit. He fought the lot of them off with nothing but his bare fists. He threw 3 of them off the roof using their own momentum against them. The last one he tripped, then kicked its head until it was nothing but a gray-pink smear. Sadly, Zero was bitten. Not once, but half a dozen times. It's only a matter of time now before he turns. Wait and see. Zero didn't make it through the night. When the fever gripped him, he asked that I be the one to finish it after he died. We're all gonna miss him around here. Farewell, Zero. We found nothing. Zero died for nothing. There wasn't even fuel there or anything. Zero. Alright, let's go recruit a replacement. And Anchorus got to see your death because you guys were out there. This game don't like your name. Let's name somebody not Zero, but something in the vein of Zero, so that there's still somebody out there with a name for you. That's gonna be Mega Man. Zero's accomplice of sorts. You're the one to say farewell and recently was too depressed. Yeah? Hard mode's hard. Bad things happen. Alright, we took the apartment. Now we got plenty of room for folks. Unfortunately, now that we took the apartment before this attack happened, there is some worry that they'll try to take this area, but I'm going to defend. Now that 90% danger to fort is because this location has a 90% danger, but he's only in 60% danger. Which is still not a good amount. I prefer him to be in 46% danger. which is still not a good amount. Wait a sec. Zero died, which means his dog needs a new friend. Somebody has to take care of the puppies. Alright, you need to recruit somebody to help us out. Alright. Oh, shit. It was easy to find the survivors living at the trailer park. They covered the roof in flags and made colorful t-shirts. I knocked and was greeted by a smiling couple. "We'll just get our stuff," they said, like they've been expecting us. "And oh yeah, you got room for 3 children too, right?" Alright, well, I get 2 survivors, but I get 3 kids with it. I'm gonna have to say yeah. Of course, we love kids. 3 kids, I did the math. That's another ration and a half to feed them every day. Plus 2 more for the parents. And we'll have to assign someone to watch their 3rd child so that 2 of them can get work done. I think we can manage that. Welcome aboard Gene and Red Bull. And little Angelo, Lance, and Rosie. Alright, well, with that, unfortunately, somebody has to be a caretaker for the kid. Red Bull's already caretaking a kid. As much as I like that hammer on you, you lose a lot of building to take care of this kid. But you being fast is the least important. Having a high build is the least important of all the high skills. Alright, and then we can equip each of you guys with a weapon. You guys take a hunting rifle. Red Bull, why don't you take a knife? Okay. Now we're in a situation for food, but not too much. We've got quite a bit of a storeroom. Any point we need to change the tides of our food situation, anchors can farm. And we've increased our soldiers by a lot. So if you go there and you go here, 6% danger, 34% danger, 14%, 27%. Alright, I'll bite. I'll do that. Where are you gonna go, Anchorus? You need to find... I guess need is a strong word. I'd like you to go find some fuel. We have time. So I'm gonna have you scout out areas first to make them safer. And of course, only a day or 2 after Zero's death, we're going to succeed in researching the anti-zombie armor. They didn't like my first prototype of a zombie bear suit. Head-to-toe protection, it was 100% zombie-proof, but you couldn't really walk in the thing, or breathe. Version 2.0 was better received. A simple piece of PVC pipe over the forearm makes an excellent shield. We'd noticed that Zed go for the jugular, much like wild animals, so wearing a scarf or leather neckband could save your life. Alright, next research project. Improve teaching. I'm not even using teaching. Signposts would get more people to come to my town. It's not a big deal. The power generator, faster workshop crafting. I'm gonna go with the disease vector for the lower chance of zombie bites to keep who I have alive. And then I'm gonna go down the power route. Not because I want faster workshops, but because I want to get to fertilizer. Okay. place a trap there, even though it's just some rubble. They're starting to mass. Okay. And if I start putting down traps like that, I can start making my way to expanding. In the meantime, we just need some, actually, 21%. If I pull you out and have you go kill these, 27%. You know what? Don't need to. What we need is material. We can hold out for a little while. We just need material. Okay, you're gonna go attack the rubble. And it manages to get that 10% of being okay. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and we've got a bunch less Zed to worry about. Alright, stop this nonsense. You. Chop wood so that we can get a little bit of material, maybe. You're going to join Anchorus as part of our scavenger team. And what to do with you guys? Pretty darn safe against that. There is a bunch of zombies here, but with that trap there, they should start taking care of themselves. We can't build more traps because we don't have material. Could make bullets. Bullets don't require anything. I could have more scouting. Alright. We're going to do a ton of scouting. See what's around us. Okay. Nell says one of her people has come down with a bad case of chickenpox. Diseases like this should have been eradicated long ago using vaccines, but some people refuse to get their shots for superstitious reasons. We could have eradicated chickenpox. Instead, now it's coming back to hurt the next generation. Nell is asking if we have any medicine to spare. Yeah, we do. Let's give her some 5 medicine. The Dahlias are a little stronger now, whether they actually needed the medicine or not. I just hope Nell remembers where she got it from. But it didn't actually increase their strength. Maybe it did. It says that their faction respect went up 5, medicine went down. Maybe they did get stronger, because I recall the faction strengths last time I looked being less than 100. So maybe they've grown enough. They have gotten pretty sweet positions next to the river, next to each other, so they don't have too much zombies to deal with. Too many zombies. Alright. That mass of zombies spotted. Come on, you guys spawned right next to them. Don't be dickish and come at me. Ah. Dickish. Alright, there. He's gonna take the rubble though, that's fine. Alright, what all do we got? Put you two together. Take them for everything they're worth. Put you on scouting out what's up there. I'm gonna put you on scouting out. Well, the other side of the river doesn't matter too much to me for expansion purposes, but could be quite helpful for scavenging. So I should start checking out what's over there a little bit. Just a little bit. Yeah, just take the rubble. You can have it. You know we're having an easy time defending the fort when you're coming up with little songs during the fight. Fire in our eyes, fire in our heads, but most important, fire at the Zed. We managed to get that 10% again where we kept the rubble. This is a lucky pile of rubble. Nobody's defending it or nothing, and it's still working out just fine. Alright. We got a crowbar and all that. That's cool. No fuel. Alright, you handle that at 16, and you're going to go over here and do some more scouting. Okay, the river bends up here. Let's investigate more about that, because that could be good to use to our advantage. Yeah. Let's keep scouting out over here, I guess. See what we got available to us. We're getting happier for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. Alright, well, it's a bummer. I put traps here to try to lower the amount of zombies that could be here. And I imagine it's working, just slowly. Slowly working. Actually, it puts you at 17 still, and you're at 0 danger. But I wonder if that affects this enough at all. Well, you're definitely going to attack first, so let's get up in your face and have you attack. The Elite Crew was one of the most feared FBS clans and infamous hacking groups back when we all still connected to the hive mind that was the internet. I wouldn't have expected a group like that to have much in the way of survival skills, but there's a bunch of them here in Leeds, and they've survived just fine thanks to a collection of jury-rigged defense turrets. We should see if they'd be up for trading. Probably takes a lot of fuel to run those generators. Striking sights. Something strange is going on in Leeds. A couple of our scouts ran into a zombie today that didn't attack them. A zombie that didn't attack? This is a first. It, or she, just kind of hissed like a cat with a lisp and ran off into the old subway tunnels. Not sure what we're going to find down there, but if we're feeling brave, completely crazy, we could poke in and investigate. Okay, so what did we find? We found the Elite Crew over here on the other side of the river, and right next to them is the subway. Now, after you investigate the subway, that reveals another faction that lives underground. But we got them right next to us. Alright. Good to know. Well, I guess in that case, we need to figure out really what's going on up here. And you got a whip and 10 ammo. Alright. That's good. I just need other stuff more. Hold on. Can you two team up and do this reasonably? Get that mall. How dangerous is that? 19%. Sometimes you gotta take risks. The mall often has cool stuff. Okay, scouted down here some more. And distance scouted up there. We're gonna have to do more distance scout. I need to know what's going on around us. We've stabilized enough to need to know what's happening nearby. What might have things worth getting? Alright. You spot scout what's nearby. Suicide! Gene climbed to the top of the wall surrounded out base and just threw himself into the waiting hands of the Zed at the bottom. I can understand that things look bleak, but that was an ugly way to go. Who? Gene? So, great, there goes one of my soldiers. But more of a problem is now somebody needs to watch his kid. On the plus side, his kid is 13, so the kid will grow up pretty soon. So is that kid. So these two kids being 13 are just timers of getting a new recruit. But shit, that means somebody has to watch the kid. And as important as your job is, it is probably the least important. Disease vectors is now going to take 15 days because we're watching the dang kid. These random events are mean. Yeah, they are, Zero. Jean just tossed herself off of a cliff of some place I was investigating. I don't even know where she was looking. She was looking over here. Just killed herself. Himself. We're not getting any materials out of that. Alright. Was that because of the happiness meter? It was. If you keep sending me to low-risk scavenge missions, might be of use to give me a kid. Maybe. But I need your scavenging up so that you can scavenge the most out of stuff. A high scavenge skill both makes you scavenge quickly and efficiently. I don't want to miss out on some of the better items because you got a kid dragging you down. And we've already researched the most important of researches. Getting the basic traps. So everything else is just kind of gravy. Unless we end up needing something. Like, if food becomes a problem, fertilizer can really get us out of that situation. If we start having a lot of materials and we are getting our butts kicked, we can upgrade to the bunker towers, which are better versions of the watchtowers. Or if defenses are becoming a problem, we can get our way down to improved walls or electrified walls. With happiness being a problem, fireworks might be a way to go, but fireworks require you to craft them out of ammo. We just don't have the sustainability for that. But yeah, the suicide happened because my happiness is super low. And my happiness is super low because of a lot of reasons. Speaking of which, actually, now I think we are on decreased rations. Let's go to regular rations so everybody's not depressed from hunger. Alright. That ought to help a little bit. Hurts our food situation by a bit, but we have a decent storeroom. Yeah. Damn it, I told Anchorus that building didn't look structurally sound, but he kept insisting he had spotted a little boy in there. Anchorus, you just really want to take care of the kid, don't you? Well, if you're not gonna let me have Dean's kid, I'm gonna go find my own. Of course, as soon as he went to get a closer look, a window planter full of dead flowers decided that was the moment to let go to the side of the building. Came crashing down right on top of him. He'll live, but we had to abort the scavenging mission to drag him and his dislocated shoulder back to base. Fireworks make you think of George Romero's old movies. Look at the sky flowers. Yeah. Yeah. 5 days of no scavenging. You get out of there. You're just gonna get killed if you hang out up there. Alright. Darn. 5 days of you being too injured to do anything, Anchorus. 'Tis a bummer. And 48% danger. I'm just gonna run the risk that you're gonna go after the rubble and not me. My wall is good enough to take you down. I don't know if that'll ever get used to these zombie attacks, but it's good to know that we're beating back the brain eaters without too much trouble, for the moment at least. Alright, we've got ourselves... This has a trap on it, right? Yeah. So does this, when the zombies just keep getting in here. And these guys are pushing up down here. Luckily, we've got plenty of space to work with up here. If we get some more material, we set ourselves up to be taking these spaces safely. And a bar would actually help us out with our unhappiness problems a little bit. So would those churches that we had to destroy, but we needed food more than we needed entertainment. Alright, I think we're good to go. Keep searching out. Tell me what's going on. We're not going to be getting any materials anytime soon. Unless we trade for them. Could trade for him. Big zombie mob over here. That's fine. Alright. Looks like the edge is a bit further than I'd like it to be, because I want to be able to corner myself somewhere safely as quick as possible. You get there. You're just gonna do some distance scouting. Show me what's in that darkness. Show me what is in the darkness. Scout that out, okay. Show me what's in the darkness. We're okay back here for now. Alright. Eventually these guys will get up to the point where they're touching on my stuff. Now Zero, is you wondering, what do you need to do to raise the happiness? Well, right now, I was on decreased rations, so that was lowering the happiness. Increased rations would raise the happiness. If I could get fireworks, that'll raise the happiness. If I get a bar or a church, I can have somebody using their leadership ability to go in and serve drinks or preach, and that increases happiness. Or I can reclaim 44 more buildings and unlock government, build a government hall, and get a ton of options that I can micromanage my town's policies, and that affects happiness a lot. The hole. We've been relying on an old well for some of our drinking water. It really is old, like circa 1910, but the water is surprisingly pure, much easier than collecting rainwater. The problem is the bucket keeps getting stuck on something down there, and today it jammed completely and won't come up or down. None of us can fit down there, but young Lance Baptist Bell, after recently losing his father, has narrow enough shoulders that he could fit. Should we send him down to fix it? Get in there, Lance! Send Lance to crawl in. At first, Lance was chatty with nervousness, then became quieter as he was more afraid. Then there was a thump and silence. We've been yelling to him for the past 2 hours, but no reply. None of us can fit in there, except his brother, Angelo Baptist Bell, volunteered to go down and help him. Go on and get your brother, Angelo. We sent Angelo in with a rope around his waist this time, and when he got to where Lance was, he tugged at the line to let us know to help them up. Tragically, I don't know how to say this, but Lance had died. He must have slipped and broken his neck somehow in there. We didn't really think it would be dangerous, really. Compared to zombies, we forget that life is so fragile. Boom. And Lance died. We accidentally killed one of the kids. 44 buildings. It's a long way to go. It is. And thankfully we're not playing on Epic, because on Epic sized it's 100. I imagine an Epic map is about half or twice the size. Is huge because it only made us take 50 here, or 55 or so. Well, Lance was a kid, so he doesn't even get I died as part of the team. But somebody is no longer watching a kid. Jimmy! Shrugzilla, you let your kid die. We did it together. Actually, you take that chemistry back, and you'll hang out with Angelo now. Angelo! On the plus side, kids actually increase happiness, so Angelo's pretty pissed off. The kid I was looking after died. Alright, so Shrugzilla's gonna be upset for a while because minus 50. The kid I was looking after died. But before that, he'd gotten a plus 10. The kid cheered him up with a smile. I'm betting you're gonna be pretty upset because my husband Gene is dead. My child died. So it's a lot of the negative stuff is fallout from all of these bad things happening. I mean, Nat 20's upset because of hunger, and the fact that there's not a third person here means that down the list is probably Zero was his other friend, and Zero died. My friend Zero is dead. Yeah, so we're pretty unhappy because everybody's dying and things are going poorly. Hopefully Shrug doesn't commit seppuku. Hopefully. We need our builder. He's our only builder. We need him. Alright, we gotta figure out what's going on over there. You're just gonna spot scout so that Anchorus can have some easy scavenge journeys. Yeah, this is looking like the edge, the farmlands on the edge. So let's hope. Hills! I haven't seen hills before. So here we go. Here's Edge. Edgeland. It will happen, Paul. It will. Assuring that eventually Jimmy Shrug will die. There is no saving your life, Jimmy Shrug. No matter what we do. In 9 more turns, on day 129. Our food situation's still pretty good. We got room for some more survivors now. We might need to take them. Finish your scouting journeys. Give it 12 days. Spotted resources. And that's cool, kinda. So we found the edge, and it's cool that it's a type of edge I haven't seen before. But the other types of edges I'd seen before have use. The woods you can chop for materials, the ocean you can fish at, the hills just seem to be there. But that's okay. This gives us a goal if we carve out this little portion of the land for ours. And that's a lot to go try to carve out, but we now have a goal. And that's largely what this scouting is all about. We now... Our immediate plan was to grow in the path of the river, but now we know where we get to stop. Okay. Once you get closer, I'm going to change some stuff up. You scouted that out. Good. Is that hills too? Nice. Alright. This is putting us in a very good position. Need to thank whoever's idea it was to cover our walls with old saw blades. The Zed attacked today and took care of themselves with almost no help from us. Good. Okay, you there are in 44% danger. If I put both of you there, 25%, I guess I can live with that. I can live with that. Zombie attack imminent. Alright, that's good. Ah! Stupid camera. If you can close all that area, you can be the president. Maybe. One of the factions that we're going to have to deal with is the government. So if we want to be able to claim presidency, we're going to have to, well, either take them down or make them the ones to declare it. We are getting kind of lucky with which factions are near us. Some of the factions are real jerks. The subway people, to the best of my knowledge, will leave us alone. Like, if we don't go talk to them, they're not going to fuss with us. The elite crew is nice. They just want electricity and to sit inside and play video games. Feminists want gender equality. They'll just hang out there. And these guys just like to prove their worth. And so they're the most scary because they might want to just attack us because they can. But that's why it's important for me to have a good relation with them, if possible. 55%, 51%, 50%. And Gustav just goes around trading. He's just a trader. He ain't gonna deal with the Brutus zombie. Bring it on, Zam. Okay, survivor spotted up here. Nice. Yeah, we are walled in all up around here. You finished scouting here. I want to know what's going on up here. Come on, attack us. Get it over with. Good. Fight me. 24% danger. We can't hold them off for long. We need a plan. Mega Man got clipped in the first wave. We could patch him up with some meds to make sure nobody dies this time. A Red Bull Baptist Belle is raring to go with her knife, but her knife looks like it's about to break. We could sacrifice it to turn the tide. It says sacrifice Mega Man's knife. I think it might be getting confused. Either way, I'm sacrificing the knife because the knife sucks, and this increases our chances to a lot. Red Bull eventually broke her knife over the head of the last attacker, but she took out plenty of others before that happened. I will sacrifice a knife to make that work out well, because there's a hunting rifle up for grabs. There you go. But the knife is just as good as a nail board. And then I also have a whip and a stick, which is each +1 defense, if I need either of those. Alright. What's the plan here? What's the plan? Plan is you defend there against him. Yeah, we do need somebody defending against you. And with both of you there, 25% danger. What else would you guys be doing? Scouting? I'll take that. I'll take the 25% danger. Injury healed. What is the danger? 17. Danger 18. Danger 18. Ugh. Okay. Danger nothing. Danger 44. 33. 28. You're 0, but I don't know how that's gonna help against you. This camera thing keeps getting me. There we go. Okay, that's the setup. That's how we block both of those sides safely and get you to help you out. Spotted food. Alright. Continue your scouting until we got other things for you. I didn't think it was possible, but the Z virus has infected the old corpses from a museum exhibit on the Egyptian culture. They're slow moving and falling apart rapidly, but these ancient zombies are swelling the ranks of the zombies out there. Until those things have either decomposed or moved on, we're gonna have to be really careful going outside the fort for any reason. The last thing I want to do is run into a withered Egyptian mummy in some dark alley somewhere. Danger from zombies increased for the next 5 days, because now it's zombies and mummies, which makes you and you a bigger problem. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna deal with this. In the near future, I need to gear up for a short break and get back to this afterwards. I think after we either get attacked by zombies or this. Time to farm for 5 days. Wouldn't be the worst plan, but what we need more than anything else is materials. We need materials so bad. Excellent. Found materials. Found bonus materials. Alright. Now, that plan of farming for a while isn't that bad. Can make this work, maybe. 40% danger. Alright. You're gonna farm. You guys will stand there. hopefully defend out against this. You are going to begin the expansion. And I need a quick break. I'll be right back. I return. The be right back ad is funny. Does make me wonder. There is like a show ad button, isn't there? Screw it. Alright. Maybe next time I'll remember to show an ad. The only thing I could think that you might hear is halfway through my break I remembered that I was clicked away from this, so I clicked back on to the game to be able to have the game sounds come in. And the game sounds right now are just... It kind of just sounds like something breaking a little bit. Alright, build up the thing over there. You farm. You defend. You research. Quicker. Zombie mask found. They grow up so young. Rosie is now 14 years old. In the old days, she still couldn't drive, drink, or vote, but life's different now. Goes faster. In her 14 years, Rosie has probably learned more life lessons than your average middle-aged woman would have back then. So we're proud today to call her a woman. Rosie now has full independence, her own home, and the same responsibilities as everyone else. Good job, kid. Strange, hushed. Yeah, that's the weird game music. Some of the tracks are a bit odd. Rosie Baptist Bell. She is a level 7 soldier, unarmed. She's powerful. And I had a chance to talk with Rosie Baptist Bell over a drink today. She said, "You know how they say it feels when we've been fighting Zed since forever? When I was a kid, I thought there was literally never a time before zombies. Then one day, I was running from zombies and I had to hide in an old library. While I waited for Mom and Dad to rescue me, I looked at old pictures and was shocked. Girls and boys were playing outside and there were no zombies. and that has made her excellent with books, guns, or melee weapons. I'm going to say melee weapons because we don't have a lot of guns. Guns are already good, so we could give her a boost for melee. And the books are for engineers, and she's a soldier, so melee it is. She earned the perk melee training. She gets +1 defense with swords, sticks, shovels, any of that sort of stuff. And we can learn more about her story even. Rosie Baptist Bell and I had time to talk again today. As she was saying earlier, you know how they say it feels when we've been fighting Zed since forever? When I was a kid, I thought there was literally never a time before zombies. One day, I was running from zombies and had to hide in an old library, and the same exact shit. Okay, so this is just repeating and hear more of it. Okay, I see. Usually in my single playthroughs, I just skip through all the text because I knew I was eventually going to do a video, and if I read all the text during my single playthroughs, I'd be bored of it later. I was so eager to know everything about life before the infection started, before I was born. I tried reading history books, but man, there's some depressing stuff in those. So much violence, so many wars. Seems like life back then had as much fighting as we have now. I can't help thinking there's got to be a better way. Rosie's ready for a new perk. She can be a pacifist, a bookworm, or get good at guns. Great. So pacifist. Factions like you more, but no bonus from weapons. You're a soldier, and you're great with melee, so no. Bookworm. Research bursts, +2 engineering from books, but you're a soldier, so no. So you're good with guns or a melee. Whatever you can get your hands on. Now that seems a little silly to double up, but it actually works out a little bit. Because now, regardless of what gun she takes in her main slot, or in this case we're going to give her a melee board, the melee actually increases the side stuff too. So I can take this hammer and get +2 from it because she has the melee training. One sec. Okay, that was weird. Anyway. So now we got Rosie Baptist Bell. Get in there. How much danger are you in there? 28%? Get there. And actually, if you guys defend right there, you're pretty much on it, aren't you? Okay. Puts you at 40%. You're at 21. And you're at 0. But more so than any of that, I want you to be the one I'm defending against most, I suppose. Oh well. We'll make this work. If I'm there, you're defended against, you're mostly defended, you're nothing. You can take that rubble. Only got one trap. Part of me's thinking of putting a trap in this mall as like a buffer, so I can take these safely when they clear out. But maybe not. Maybe not. Alright, let's just go. Let's just go with this plan of defending and building that out, farming up a little bit while everything is scary. Let's get a trade going. Better yet. I actually don't really need to trade. All I'd really trade for is some fuel. Fuel's not that important to me right now. Brutus zombies coming, and though it would make sense for them to attack there, they're gonna attack me. Think your cell phone's gonna die 0? And you'll be right back to fix the problem. Understood. Well, your character's just farming right now, so you're not going to miss too much of your action. Oh, are they going to take the rubble? Oh, we lost the rubble finally. Those undead can be awfully sneaky when they want to be. By the time we realized they were in a rubble, it was already too late. No. And now we can get an accurate 37 on you. If I put you up there, you go down to 28. You're still at 0. You're at 7 at this point. You go down to 19. $23, 0. Yeah, okay. I'll take that. Well, actually, if I do that, that's 22, and that's 1. I like those odds better. Go. We know the disease is communicable via zombie saliva getting into the bloodstream through a bite. I admit, we still don't know if sharing a glass of water or having unprotected sex with a zombie would infect you, but it's a fair bet you wouldn't want to try. We now also know that most mammals can catch the disease, including dogs, cats, and rats. You wouldn't believe how adorable zombie rats can be. That's not good. Now, Fort Silence. Fewer hidden zombies spawn beside the fort. That could be helpful. That's the biggest problem we're facing right now. So many things just keep spawning around the fort. But with traps, we have that mostly taken care of. Advanced traps could be helpful. But zombie bait wouldn't be that useful to us. So it would kind of be a waste of research. I think I want improved walls, so I'll take bunker towers. That'll take 10 days. We can get improved walls after. But bunker towers are also helpful. If we end up having enough materials, we can put bunkers around our borders and increase our defenses that way. Brutus zombies now gonna come take us out up there. Oh man, I think our lookouts must have fallen asleep on the job. One of those brain eaters slipped through the defenses and was chasing a lot of us around like a wolf going after the sheep. I managed to shoot the thing between the eyes, but not before we'd lost a day's work within the chaos. Missions weren't advanced for the next day. So, yeah, this mission's don't advance for the next day. So you're just sitting there and you're just sitting there. If I was really worried, I could move you into more defensive positions, but maybe. Does that help anything? Not really. Yeah. Just do your getting nowhere stuff. A game that brings up the scenario of sex with zombies, that's a first for you to see. Well, nobody knows if zombification is potentially an STD. Nobody's done the research. Alright, eventually this day of no progress will end. We're in a frenzy at the wall. Our apartment, we can defend these walls to our dying breaths. Somebody might die, but there's a very little chance. Dying breath it is. We dug our heels and became a wall of meat and resolve. Not a single attacker made it through. Good job. Everyone go there and defend now. Is mission progress increasing again? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it's happening yet. There we go. We got a notification for it. Brutus zombie. Extra ammo. Yeah, extra ammo for an extra 10%. We got plenty of ammo. Do it. Our ammo stores are a little bit lighter, but we won the battle. And ain't that really what it's about? Alright. You're gonna scout there. It'll be okay. Okay, something we are doing. I've decided I am putting a trap there. And I'm going to take this place. I don't know if I'm going to take the malls, or if I'm going to take the places that I can get attacked from by the malls. But I am going to take these, to make sure that take these. I was going to say to make sure I take the bridge, but on this higher difficulty, I kind of want the bridge to not be taken by me. Okay, you took that. Did we get the trap back? Good. Take that too. Welcome back, Zero. Could assume it's possible. Cut out the lower jaw and arms to reduce risks. Yeah, sexy zombies might be possible. But, the research just isn't there yet. Attacked by roamers. Oh man, I wasn't paying enough attention. Luckily you didn't die. Or get injured. Go recruit some people. Actually, before you recruit them real quick. You don't even have a side item on. You're silly. Put that cowboy hat on for now. We'll give you a better one later. That cowboy hat will help you out with your recruiting. Zombies back to normal. Alright. Get out there. Scavenge me some goodies. You guys spare this without these numbers becoming ridiculous? Yes, you can. Go! We got ourselves a bar now. Shrug is back. Excellent. What happened to Shrug? Shrug is still alive. He's building up the forts. He adopted a kid, and the kid he was looking after died. So he's pretty bummed because the kid he was looking after died, but I tried to give him another kid to feel better. And right now he's building out stuff. He's expanding our fort. You're alive, but the kid you were watching died, which made you very unhappy, but, you know, the kid you were watching was also way too young to be helpful ever in the near future. What you did was you reduced liability amongst the group. The 13-year-olds survived. One of them even grew up and became our best fighter. They were just on the cusp of being 14. In our society, 14 is adult age, and you gotta start pulling your weight. Alright, so the Elite Crew wants to make some trades with me. If I have anything to make that happen. I don't have much in the way of giving stuff up. Oh yeah, Zero died. Zero first was accused of being bit, but was not. And then ended up on a scavenging mission that resulted in getting nothing, but Zero ended up being cornered and tried to fight his way out but got bit to death. He could have tried jumping off the roof and surviving that way, but Zero wasn't an acrobat, he was a fighter. Okay. I met a woman at the suburb who might join us, but she's skeptical. She wants to know that what our plans for the future of Leeds are. If we manage to reclaim it from the zombies and madmen, that is. Will it be a nice place to live? She's a level 3 engineer. Based on what she said, I mean, high walls, strong military, and a peaceful, egalitarian utopia are all the things that we need. But it sounds like you want the utopia, so that's what we're going to advertise. The woman nodded thoughtfully at my description of future Leeds and agreed to come back and check out the fort. Yes! Alright, cool. We got Professor Jones! No time for love, Dr. Jones. You are devout. Extra happiness from church, but none from bars. Unfortunately, bar is all we've got. So give you that science book and a stick to defend yourself just in case things get hairy someday. And you get to go in and continue researching with us, lowering this down a lot. And if we need, we actually can pull Nat 20 off of research, and the research will continue. Alright. Now what are we researching again? Bunker towers, because we want improved walls. We're going to have to change our plans. We're going to go with generator power so that we can get fertilizer going quick. 3 days for generator power. We've got enough food for 3 days. And then imagine it'll be maybe another 6 for the next one. We got enough food for 10 days exactly. We can always farm if we need to mitigate some of that loss. And we're full up on survivors again. Help defend out over there and make that just wonderful. Wait. You're still wearing your dumb hat. Take a motorcycle instead. That'll actually increase your defense and sometimes give you options in bad situations. Looks like we missed the death day of Shrug. Yeah, that was at some point last night when Shrugzilla died during an attack. It was actually kind of user error. I got him killed. I positioned him in a place where I thought the zombie attack would give me the option of just having Shrug ignore it, because I needed him positioned there to defend against a different zombie attack, and I was willing to lose the farm that the zombies were attacking. But that is not what ended up happening. Okay. Claim what's in that school. Go faster. Impossible difficulty is very hard. By day 130 on the other difficulties, I have like 50 people and a huge chunk of the land to myself. The playthrough before this one, you were the first to die. It's true. But everybody died in that playthrough. It was a very sad time. Did I get my trap back? I did. Good. Okay. So I'm gonna put one in this mall. When these clear out, I'll take these guys. Yeah. Okay. This one's safe to take too, so we'll take that. You both lost the bet. Everything's been okay. Nell noticed our sturdy walls and double gate security system and came by to ask if we'd show their builders how we did it. They want to recreate the same thing at the Dahlia fort to help keep zombies and anyone else out. We can offer them expert advice, give them a few tips, turn them away. We want to be friends with these people, so we're going to offer them expert advice. The Dahlias were very happy with the help. Their fort should be stronger than ever now. Hopefully we'll never have to face off against them. Well, if we keep doing things to befriend them, we probably won't. Found materials. Good. We need lots of materials. Go and get stuff from that lab. No. Police station. You need to watch the one from yesterday later that leads up to this. It's a hard-fought battle with many times being touch and go, thinking we weren't going to make it. You found a submachine gun. Nice. Who would like the submachine gun? By skills and only living. Alright, you could use it. In fact, it's probably best used in your hands. There you go. You guys scavenged out that mall. It's still a little scary for you guys. How is that even possible? What if I bring a 9? It's a little better. Mega Man and Anchorus hanging out now. Stupid camera. I will win this battle, camera. There we go. I really don't know what causes that. It's about 3 hours long, so grab a snack. It is. This too shall be about 3 hours long, I imagine. Alright, we're well defended. We're just slowly going out and taking more stuff. About to finish our research. 10% faster workshop crafting speed. Hospitals, prisons, government buildings, fancy condos, and rural homes often have gas or diesel power generators for backup power. We don't have enough to provide electricity to every home, but we've set up a system to power our workshops and other essential buildings during the hours that we need them. Good. Now we need fertilizer. How long is that going to take you? 5.6 days. Professor Jones has some story to tell us. Professor Jones pulled me aside after dinner today. She said, "There are times I miss the dojo. The time I was training to be one of the riffs was some of the best in my life. It was tough, sure, but there's nothing quite like waking up to a bucket of cold water in the face first thing in the morning. That is, if you weren't fast enough to dodge the thing. It's all part of the training, after all." Knowing this, Professor Jones can take First Aid, Crafter, or Bookworm, which is weird because her story directly mentions training to be one of the riffs, so former riff really should be one of the options. But you are our main professor. We definitely want to bookworm you. You have a book, we want those research bursts. Research bursts are amazing. Plus 2 engineering from the book already. It's pretty great. Now with that, fertilizer will be done in 5 days, unless a research burst happens, in which case it could be done sooner. And do we have enough food for 5 days? We do. We found another science book. All right. Well, the chemistry set that I have equipped Nat 20 is better than the science book, unless you have the perk that makes the science book better. Shopping spree. Ah, the mall. Undead lining up on escalators, patiently waiting for them to move again. They window shop, leaning their foreheads against glass, moaning with desire at the goods within. It's a fine line between pathetic and hilarious. We finished work early due to our fantastic skill, scavenging everything from the obvious shops, sporting goods and bakeries. Since we have time, should we check out one of the smaller shops? So, Anchorus and Mega Man finished their finished their scavenging of the mall, and they can check out the toy store, the pet store, or kill some zombies. Now, I've done these before. Kill zombies usually just reduces the zombies in the area. I don't know if it's free of risk or not. Pet store is a roll. Sometimes you'll find it's like overrun with pets and you'll get food, and other times you'll find that it's overrun with dead pets and you'll just get sad. And the toy store, I've only done once, and they just played and gained happiness. Since happiness is one of our biggest problems right now, I'm going to the toy store. Spent the afternoon riding tiny kids' bicycles around the Toys B Us, playing with Nerf guns, jumping on trampolines, and snuggling with life-size teddy bears. Malls are great. We should do this every day. Toys R Us is too copyrighted to put in here, but Nerf isn't. Weird. Weird. Weird-a-rooney. Weird-a-rooney. Alright. Where to scavenge? Get that lab. The lab might have fuel. We've yet to find any fuel in our scavenging so far. We got some medicine, we've got a lot of ammo, and enough building materials to do everything we need. Do we have traps back yet? No. We could build more traps now that we have materials for it. I just don't want to use my materials like that right this moment. Although we might in the near future. No, Anchorus! It's actually Mega Man. Anchorus is the other one. I'm getting confused on faces now. Who the hell shuts a Zed in a novelty coffin for someone else to find? Mega Man got the fright of his life when he opened the thing up and got a zombie to the face. We managed to get the thing off of him before he ended up with the new teeth marks, but it's going to take him a few days to recover. Well, now he's less happy. There's Anchorus. I've got the baldies confused. Alright, you're going to finish up in there real quick. You found medicine and a knife. What is a novelty coffin doing in a lab? Alright. Our food problem is going to be solved quite soon. We have space. What did you miss in the last couple of minutes? Mega Man got injured while exploring the lab with Anchorus because they opened up a novelty coffin and found a real zombie inside. Before that, they finished clearing out the mall, and they had some extra time on their hands, so they went and spent a couple of hours playing with Nerf guns and raised our happiness a little bit. Alright. You. Wait. You specifically wanted things that I didn't have. Okay, you could team up with somebody else. Continue scavenging. But that lowers the defense there a little much. How does a real zombie get into a fake coffin? According to the text, somebody had put it in there as their means of escaping the zombie or a bad practical joke. Something to that effect. Oy vey. Alright. Ooh. You still need a buddy for that. Alright, hold on. Gah. I don't want to pull you off because we need the food. Alright, how much does it lower this? 15. We're doing it. Get up there. Try to recruit this person. Whoa. This I didn't expect. There's more stuff over here to find? But the walls appear to be here. I mean, they might go out a little bit around. Or this could just be the northern edge, and it could go on over here for a lot. Dang old Wastelanders in their Deuce pranks. Dunce pranks. Yeah. Dunce Wastelander pranks is right. Oh, you meant douche pranks? I don't know, I like dunce pranks. You dunce? I think it works on either level. Alright. Yeah. Agreed. We got the karate dojo. Did we successfully reclaim the trap there? No. Bummer. You don't always successfully reclaim the trap. It's not a guaranteed thing. This place isn't even scouted yet because this guy keeps making me not be able to. He's a jerk. My stream, my pick. I like the duality of it. That's what I pick. I pick duality. Dunce douche pranks. Douchey dunce pranks. Okay. Well, we got enough materials to build that. You are a builder, not an engineer, so it's actually going to take you longer than it would take most, but, or not most, it would take you longer than it would take engineers, but I don't want to pull them off of their game. Actually, we're going to do, you got a kid, so you can't wear a hat. That doesn't make sense, but that's how this world works. I remember the first time that I found that out. I had it set so that the people automatically equip themselves with stuff, and somebody gave up their kid to wear a hat. And just the idea of, oh man, if I give up my kid, I get this cowboy hat. It got me. Alright. Trading up. And maybe that recruiting will go well. Went over to meet the Loot Crew caravan and see what they have for sale. Dara happened to be there, making sure nobody steals anything, as she put it. And there's Dara. Dara. I'm gonna go with Dara, because I think it's supposed to be kind of like Daria. But I could be wrong. Could be a reference to something else. I wanted fuel. Why don't you have fuel? A meat shield is a meat shield. It's true. A meat shield is a meat shield. That child will help out one way or another, maybe. At the very least, our problems are with happiness, and the children provide happiness. Alright. I don't want any of these things. But I believe just canceling out reduces respect because we wasted time. So we will take one medicine. No, we'll take. Damn, the backpack's 17. I thought it was one of the ones that was 8. One medicine. And we'll give you how much food? 3 food for it? Fine. Here you go. I eventually came to a deal with the Elite Crew that seemed to suit us both well enough. I think we could have gotten more out of them, but this way, everybody's happy. Can't use your hat as a shield. This is true. Children can be used as shields. It is ill-advised, but can happen. Alright, maybe you got fuel for me. I want fuel. I want to make some explosives and be able to bomb things when they come at me. It would help if I turned time on. I was like speeding it up. Why isn't it going up? You jerk. Nightmares on Elm Street. Jimmy Shrug hasn't been able to sleep much lately since his boy Angelo has been keeping him awake every night. The kid's having nightmares. We all do, of course, but these are like white-knuckled, piss-the-bed, wake-up screaming night terrors. He's obviously stressed and traumatized. What should we do about it? We could give Jimmy time off work to deal with it, which, unfortunately, we're not really in a situation we can do that. We can organize a summer camp, because we have a school. If we had a good leader, we could just talk to the kid. Sacrifice the kid, save the women, procreate more children, endless loop. That is one way to survive a zombie-apocalypse, although it is a timer. It has a time limit. Eventually age gets in the way. Okay, that was weird. Just got a Steam notification that made a weird noise. Organize a summer school. This boy needs something to keep him distracted. We've been so focused on survival, we forgot he's missing out on his childhood because of it. So we organized a kids-only activity center at the local schoolhouse where Angelo can play games, do crafts. We might throw some Boy Scout skills in there too. Just mentioning it brought a sparkle to his eye. Alright, cool. Well, now we got... I don't know if anything will come of that. I've never seen that event before. Jimmy shrugged, still super upset. The kid I was looking after died. Alright. You were trading, and then we had to move you because you were under attack by this guy. Fine. Which is kind of why we want bombs, because this guy is preventing all sorts of problems. Okay. Following signs of human habitation, we knocked on a door at the church. The woman who answered the door spoke softly. She said her name was Dr. Phillips, and she'd been hoping somebody could come before it was too late for her friend. Her friend is indeed looking quite worse for wear. Coughing up yellowish-gray goop every time he tried to speak. What should we do? If we had a level 4 leader, we could leave the sick one behind. If we had a med kit, if we were that far down our research tree and through our production and everything, we could just heal him. So we can either leave or take them both. I'm not afraid of taking a sickie. Well, as past experience, I think the child will die when going on a scout patrol in the school. We're going to take both these guys. We carefully transported the sick man Ryder to a clean room in our fort where we could take care of him. He seems to be looking better already, but I fear this is a chronic illness which will come back to haunt him. Dr. Phillips is very happy we were able to bring our friend. Welcome to you both. Alright, stop. Now we're losing food at quite a bad rate. We have enough for 4 days, but we will research fertilizer within that amount and change this. Also, you are an engineer. You can just take this whip and defend yourself with it if you ever need. And if it's 2.3 days without you, with you, 1.7 days. Oh, you just cut that time in half. And we also get this guy. He comes injured, so he has to recover for 5 days. Which is unfortunate. He also is sickly, so he's more likely to get sick. But if we learn a little bit about his backstory, Ryder Lee opened up to me today. He told me, have you seen the state of some of these storm drains are in? If we aren't careful, the whole city's going to flood next time there's a heavy rainfall. Yeah, I used to work the pipes under the city. Never made many friends, but that's what you get when you spend your days up to your knees in raw sewage. Ryder's ready for a new perk. He can have Stinky, firearms training, or melee training. Now Stinky's kind of fun. +1 defense, but more likely to make enemies. So people can actually become friends or enemies, and then they'll increase or decrease in happiness if you send them on missions together. But that is a +1 floating defense forever, and he's also sick, so we'll make him sick and stinky. And he's just gonna be stinky. You don't get the name Ryder anymore. You just get to be stinky. You lost the name Ryder. You guys, how long have you guys been sitting there and I haven't realized? For shame. Just now, because we just finished the recruition. So not very long, not very long. Alright, you get over there and help defend all that out. You sitting there, reduce that to a 22 from its 27. Not worth it. Where can you go to get stuff? We are gonna need some scouting to happen. Go. Actually, we'll farm for now. Scouting is not as important time-wise as keeping our food stock up. The Zed aren't smart. They don't run from danger. Even when you make a convenient head-sized hole in your wall, complete with guillotine attachment, they keep coming and dying until there are none left. Nice. Was that some kind of microaggression? What do you mean? Microaggression? I'm calling him Stinky? He needs a more memorable name, because I'm not gonna remember all these people's names. I remember the ones that we renamed. But you know, Art, Dr. Phillips, Professor Jones. Professor Jones we might remember. Red Bull comes with a more unique name of Red Bull, so we'll probably remember Red Bull, especially since that's the mother of the husband who of the kid who died in the well, and the husband or wife to the husband who jumped off of a roof and killed himself. And we've successfully researched fertilizer. Ever heard of that thing called night soil? Let's just say you might not want to know where our fertilizer comes from. But so far, it's very effective. Just mixing a little into the soil we plant our seedlings in has increased our food output of the farms by 1 ration per day. Extra food from farms and a higher max food. We can have up to 150 in our storeroom, and I guess that only increased our food by 5, because these now produce... I thought it just said +1, but that's less than that. Oh well. 7.5 from farms. But we are eating a little bit more than that per day, so we do need to figure out something. That being said, that's not too problematic. You're going to work on building more traps. We're going to turn this dojo into a farm, because dojos mean very little. And I am going to take another quick break and be right back in just a few minutes. And this time I'm going to check out what hitting that add button does, if it's horrible or if it's negligible. I don't know. I've never done it before. Alright, I don't know exactly what happened. I don't think it actually ended up playing an ad. It gave me a very quick, like, error thing that was way too quick for me to read and was something like, your channel stream, blah blah, and then was gone. I was like, oh, okay. Whatever. I'm not too concerned about it. I'd never tried it before. I was wondering exactly what would happen. Maybe it's something I need to set up better. Or differently. Or at all. I really don't know. So, you had just finished researching fertilizer. Could do irrigation to prevent drought and get higher max food. Right now, a drought would wreck us pretty hard. And then pesticides can get us even more farming and higher food and prevent pests. I'm not using teaching, but I could use some of these things further down. Paramedic training, better chance of injury instead of death, improved scouting, further spot scouting. Spotting spies, saboteur units become visible. I don't think anybody's tried to sabotage me yet. You get notice from that, so that's not problematic yet. I would like to be able to craft med kits so that when people do get injured, I could just heal them up real quick. Improved walls would be pretty good. You can even get electrified walls. Which way to go? Let's catch bunker towers. We've already done some of the research on that. Can finish the rest out in a day and 2.5 days. Turret towers sound cool. They are cool. I don't think we have the materials to sustain them. You pick a square and you build a turret tower on it. It takes 5 materials to build, but that square's defense goes up by, like, I don't know, a lot. This farm is pretty powerful because it's right next to the police stations. Let's see, this farm would be more accurate. So a farm usually has 1 defense, but with the tower on it, that upped it by 5. And I think the turret tower ups it by like 30. In a lot of situations with a turret tower, you don't even need somebody defending there. The turret will just take care of it because I guess it's an auto turret. Or it suggests that you can have somebody run up. Advanced traps, since he has an abundance of traps. That might not be the worst plan. Let me think about that for a sec. What advanced traps does is it makes it so that they clear out the zombies quicker and there's a higher probability of taking them back when you recover an area with a trap. Being said, if I get more advanced traps and I can keep recovering them, I might be able to expand out quicker. Let's investigate. How long would zombie bait take us? A week? The further down the path you go, the more time consuming the research goes. And luckily the bottom researches are repeatable. So research, you never run out of research being helpful, though it does stop being as helpful when you get to that repeatable research. We're gonna go with bunker towers for now. Finish up that research, and then potentially switch gears, because even just bunker towers, I can build up some bunker towers within my borders and make things a lot safer. Advanced traps is helpful, but regular traps is pretty darn good in itself. I don't have any yet. Anchorus is working on building some. It's just taking him a while because he's not an engineer. If I split you guys up at all, 18, 15 versus 8, 27. if I do one of these? 21, 12. Alright, fine. Maybe one of my injured survivors will be better. I think even the zombies know that the traps are gay. The traps are pretty good, it's just as the zombies swarm on a spot with them, they take more zombies with them and they kind of beat the traps out. That area doesn't even have a trap on it, it's just the rubble that I took real quick after it exploded because I could. And traps do eventually wear out if they've been down too long, so my trap there is gone. Alright, hold on. I've got plans, I think. Old joke is old, talking about chicks with dicks kind of traps. Got time ticking kind of slowly because I don't want to miss out on anything. Alright, we got the bunker towers. We can add a bunker to any building outside our fort. These replace our old watchtowers with more fortified structures that should help us better fend off zombie attacks. We also built the traps, improved walls. We're gonna go with that. I had a chance to talk with Dr. Phillips over a drink today. She said, You're one of them, aren't you? Aren't you? You're not? Really? Well, that simplifies things. Have a good day. Dr. Phillips got a new perk. Eccentric, first aid, or crafter? I'm going to go with crafter, since may create extra items in the workshop. That is actually helpful when we're done trying to push through our research as quickly as possible. She's the one we move over to the workshop to try to build things. Alright. Take these traps. Zombies are already starting to fill up over here, darn it. Alright. Well, we'll put a trap here. Put one here. That'll help out a little bit in our expansion. Anchorus. Now I guess you can do that scout mission from earlier. Alright, that injury's healed up. You help out that defense for now. Probably gonna get attacked pretty soon by that. Maybe we don't. Kill those zombies. This will quickly become the maggot line with those bunkers. You're going to start recovering that rubble. Okay. Scouting mission over. Lots of zombies there. Not surprising. Okay, I know for a fact I didn't put a trap there. Sometimes traps move to available positions instead of becoming recovered. So when I recovered that location, instead of recovering the trap, it just pushed out over to there, I suppose. There's no need for me to put a trap on a church. Now, it doesn't always happen. I can't guarantee. And even when it does happen, that doesn't reset the duration of the trap, so it's not a forever plan. Let's see if we can trade anything worthwhile with you. Unhappy survivors. Professor Jones has been down in the dumps since her pet weasel died. I had to talk with her and explain that we're all mourning little Mr. Wiggles, but there's just no consoling the girl. I guess it's one tragedy too many on top of everything we've been through lately. Wish we had something to keep our minds off of it all. Alright, you moved there. You might move into this space. And part of me is kind of trying to bait you into it. Okay, those zombies are killed. Hopefully he still progresses into that area in an attempt to try to get my builder who's down there. Gustav jumped down off the lead truck and shook my hand vigorously in both hands. "It's good day for a deal," he shouted. "Come, I show you what I find. Many good things for you." "Fear communism, sir?" In a small group like this, communism's relatively viable. "I need 5 fuel, you jerk." Alright, you take 4 fuel. But I'd have to give up ammo for it. Or medicine. I don't need that much medicine, do I? 6 medicine for 4 fuel? Just in case I only find like 1 fuel or something. I will grab this deal. How's our food situation? Losing 1.5 per day. Let's grab 10 food as well, just to make sure that we don't starve for a little while longer if we can. That makes this a lot more expensive. I'm not willing to do that. I'm willing to give up half my medicine. How much food can I get extra off of that? 3. Alright, what if I go 4 and I throw something else in there? If I go 4 and I give you a box of ammo. 1 box of ammo for you. Okay. Alright, I can live with that. And his respect for us goes up a little bit so we can get better deals in the future. But what we really need is a leader, because we're 140 days in almost. And we've got nobody to do negotiations or trade. It's like doing business with you sometime. We're just having whoever's available do our trades. Alright. With that, you two together. And catch this food. We could use some food right now. Just go catch that food. What do you have equipped? Yeah. Okay. Boomstick, 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 boom! There is a ton of red. I've missed a lot of the chat. All of the red, fear of communism. Can't fear something that doesn't work. It's called a red scare, sir, and it works. Did we find a gun somewhere that I didn't notice? What's all this boomstick about? Nah, but a lot of my people do have guns. I don't know. Well, we got that food. There wasn't a lot of it, but we got it. Can we catch this food? Our happiness is increasing a little bit. No, we're no longer all pissy. We're just bummed. Injury healed. Nope, you're still doing that. Alright. You're gonna go there. You're gonna go there right now. Actually, that's still dead because that's an unknown. That's not cleared out. That's unknown. Shoot. Okay, you're gonna go there and you're gonna defend right now. He was selling a shotgun at the trader. Nat most of the times use melee weapons. If I needed to conserve ammo, I would, but ammo's like the one thing we have, even though we have the oh, it hasn't even given us the option to choose how we conserve ammo or not. When it gives us the option, I'm gonna go with spray and pay to increase the damage of all the guns. It increases ammo usage, but everybody gets better. Melee means more chances to be bit. Alright. You are going to help out that. You are actually going to pull out of that. And you're going to... No. No, no, no. You're going to take this park. Go. Now, they're either going to be successful in building that, they're going to get pushed out, hopefully neither get injured, but this is a bit of science being performed here. Nah. Yep. Did not care that they could defend. A group of roamers must have caught the wind of Stinky while he was out reclaiming a building in the area. These things are sneakier than your average zombie, and they managed to surround him on all sides before they pounced. One of them nearly chewed his arm off before they got out of there and made it back to the fort. We managed to staunch the flow of blood in time to save his arm, but he was infected. The fever took him immediately. He was dead by sundown. Goodbye, Stinky. Alright. Well, bummer. I didn't want him to die. And that does mean that regardless, it's a danger. Man, you're stronger than I thought you'd be. Damn. I lured you over there to kill you so that I could stop having to worry about you, and you end up being too damn strong. Well, Stinky, you died for very little, but... Ah, crap. Oh well. He was my weakest dude. By a lot. Well, permanent +1 defense was no use. Unfortunately, didn't really help us do much of anything. Brutus zombie. Alright, speed things along. We found materials. Cool. What can we find up here? Anything? We might be able to find some materials. I want fuel though. More materials. Alright. At this point, we're just lobbing them over the walls. Yeah. That was another person that died to user error. Alright, you do some farming and increase our food by a bit. You, in the meantime... Yeah, go try to recruit us somebody. Wait, that's the one I've been to before. And they were like, no, you don't have electricity, and I'm not a level 3 leader, so I can't lie to them yet. So that would be a waste. We're instead going to scout and try to see what we can get, as well as get some distance knowledge going. Alrighty. The farm wall isn't going to hold. We have to do something. We could take risks to defend the building. Somebody might get hurt, but our walls and supplies are worth the added danger. Or we could try distracting them with our food stores. Meat is meat, after all. We got the food to spare. I'll distract them with food. We threw a case of beef jerky over the wall at the ravenous Zed. I'm sure they'd rather have gnawed on our skulls, but we're curious enough to investigate. Gave us enough of a distraction to take them out. Alright, you defend there now. Continue on with what we were doing. That's scouted. Ooh, okay. There's the gas corporation. If we incorporate that into our city, we can do missions to get electricity going. Similarly, this is the water treatment plant. We can do the same thing there, but for water. Getting electricity and water would increase our happiness by a lot and make recruiting easier, because then we could tell people that we have electricity and water, and we wouldn't need a higher level leader to lie to them about it. Do the factions actually fight each other like down there? I haven't seen much inter-faction fighting. They might, but I don't think so much. If I am at war with one of them and I ally another, then they'll fight. But mostly they'll send, the one I'm at war with will send out troops to combat me, and the other one will send stuff to interrupt, and if I'm in fights with things when their stuff is around, it will give me options of, like, say if I'm fighting the Rifts and I'm sided with the Dahlias in a battle with the Rifts, one of my options to lower the percentage of the risk would be that the Dahlias join in the fight. Although it's hard to say, I'm not 100% sure what all the factions do. Alright, you need to explore more. What's up this way? That park has been reclaimed. Explore that church. Somebody's going to be living in it, and I want them to join us. Defend! Alright, 11%, or if you continue your scout mission, 16. I don't think it's worth 5% to interrupt your scout mission. Weapon stash. Art Vandalit stumbled onto something interesting while scouting. When he ducked into the suburbs to avoid a pack of Zed, he ran headfirst into 2 Dahlia scouts who were surveying the area. He warned them of the zombies, and in thanks they let him on a secret. They'd heard that a mobster buried a stash of weapons nearby, and they're close to finding it. I feel like a heel taking advantage of their trust, but more firepower would be handy against the ravenous undead out there. Do we want to try to find the stash ourselves? Oh, I wonder how much it would piss off the Dahlias. They shouldn't have told us about it. They're not very happy. Art was lucky that the Dahlias didn't have any backup nearby. He breezed in, found the weapons, and got out of there before they could do anything but shout after him in anger. There was a lot of good stuff in the stash. I wonder how they knew about it in the first place. 17 boxes of ammo and 2 new pieces of equipment. But the Dahlias now are at a 47% respective of me, so they might start raiding me again because it's lower than 50. And the pack of roamers took out the traps I'd set there too. Alright. Feel like if he tries, he dies. It would be beneficial if they do fight regardless of an alliance with us. I know I saved numerous times from playing CNC due to that. Yeah. Alright. You defend there just in case these guys somehow hit us before this guy does. Although that seems highly unlikely. Man. That graveyard, regardless of trapping it, just keeps massing Zed over and over. Taller, wider, stronger. Using modern wall construction technology, who am I kidding? We just piled a bunch more junk on there and added some pointy sticks. Alright, so that increased our fort-wide defense by A little bit. All these places I'm not defending are up by 1 point. Alright. Advanced traps. Med kits. Improved scouting. Alright, I'm going to go with improved teaching. Even though I'm not going to use it much, it should be pretty quick because it's only a 2nd tier improvement. And I could really use improved scouting, paramedic training, med kits, maybe even doctor's training. Definitely want improved scouting. That is my next goal. So here we go. Improved scouting. And in a day and a half, we can have faster training speeds in schools. We did pick up a zombie trap. I'm working my way towards making this a safe location. Hopefully that trap will either go in my inventory and I can put it here, or it will slide there naturally. That's what I want out of that. Alright, come on, big boy. Come and get me. How fast we gotta make it? Alright, here we go. Zed are swarming over our farm. We could set some of our fuel reserves on fire. Nobody likes running through fire, human or Zed. Or we could take risks to defend the building. Somebody might get hurt, but our walls and supplies are worth the added danger. I don't want to burn up the fuel that I got, so we're going to let our defenders handle it. We won, sure things looked bad, but that pack of rabid dogs joined in on the attack. But we used the chaos to our advantage to kick them out of our fort. Cool. Defend. 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 Puts you at 19 and you at 15. That's all fine and good and cool. You're farming. Nobody's doing much of anything. Alright. We need... What do we need to do here? You're not the best, but we could use more traps. So let's go. Let's work on that. How fast are you at trap making? 3 days. Extra 10% doesn't add much. 50% more skills from training, improved teaching. Some people used to think that there were visual learners and audio learners, but I'm pretty sure that was a bunch of BS made up by psychologists to justify their paychecks. There are a lot of different ways to learn, but the most effective way to learn is by doing. So we're going on with a more hands-on approach to teaching from now on, which is easy, because there's a hell of a lot of stuff that needs to be done around here. Why shoot at targets when there are real zombies that need killing? Alright, with that, we can now get improved scouting. How long is that going to take us? 3.5 days. Alright. How much food are we making? A fair amount. Okay. Go. Civilization's one of your favorite games. I really like Civilization 2. I really enjoy the Civilization series. I like to think of this game as kind of a rudimentary Civilization, but with zombies. Alright. Something is going to happen one way or another. I never got into Command and Conquer myself. I only played a little bit of Command and Conquer 3, to be fair. Seemed cool. I prefer turn-based strategies to real-time, though. And although this one is technically real-time at any time, I mean, it's essentially works like a civilization, and then it can be turn-based. Anytime a thing happens, I pause and I deal with it, and then I do another thing, and I don't have to deal with too many people in real time. Like a lot of this stuff I can just slide over, so this works out more like a turn-based. Thought these were the walls for a second. I was like, holy crap, I ain't seen walls like that before. Those are just drive-thrus. Alright. Traps. Put one there. And it still has one, it's just not very effective. And we'll replace the one here. Does he have a Discord? Meaning me? Do I have a Discord? No, I don't. Do consoles as well. Anxious for Xenoblade Chronicles 2 to release. I've heard good things about Xenoblade Chronicles, though I haven't played it myself. Right, you're gonna go over there. 11, 19. All right, you're helping a little bit. That's good enough. I don't have any plans for you at the moment. Alright, we've reclaimed the suburbs. We got our trap back. We got this surrounded by traps in an effort to make it safe. Alright, we're going to turn this into a farm. Yeah, we already got one forest we can cut trees off of. Cut materials out of. But we want to get to the point where we can be positive on food without having you farm and maybe get another person. Actually, dang. It's a little dangerous for you to go perform that recruit. Alright. I can demolish a forest? It's weird. When you demolish something, you get the materials for it, but it doesn't make sense to demolish and then build up in the same location. If you love turn-based, try XCOM. The second one on Legendary difficulty is brutal. I played a lot of the original XCOM. There's part of me that wants to get back into it. I got the Long War mod, and I'd considered playing that. I don't have XCOM 2, and unless it ever goes on some super sale, I'm probably not getting it anytime soon. Alright, one sec. I'm going to be taking a very short break. Maybe try clicking that add button again and seeing if it works out. And I'll be right back in like less than 5 minutes. Okay, well that's odd. This time the error message that it gives me when I try to play the ad actually showed up, and it said, "You may not display an ad because your stream is not currently live." But, you know, I'm pretty sure it's live. Pretty sure you guys are watching it right now. Suppose I could be wrong. This seems like a lot of side conversation for me to be imagining, though. Well, let's get back into this. There's a lot of conversation going on about Command and Conquer, which I know very little about. The only thing I can think of as far as Command and Conquer goes is that one of the guys on the team that made Bastion was also one of the lead designers on Command and Conquer 3. I met a strange dog digging outside the walls today, a handsome German Shepherd with a blue bandana. When I approached him, he gave me a friendly bark, wagged a tail, and then barked again, like he wanted me to come over. I took a look at what he was digging. Turned out he'd found a whole bunch of potato plants we'd never noticed. After he showed me this, he fled. I think I'll call him London if I ever see him again. London the dog. You're all just a figment of my imagination. I'm not really live streaming. I'm just playing this game by myself. And I'm pretending to stream. No, I have a trap there. You're not supposed to be able to do that. You suck. Oh, you learned some stuff. Let's learn about you, Mega Man. Mega Man pulled me aside after dinner today. He said, "Everyone's energy has been particularly black this month. To be fair, the daily zombie attacks and all the death might be to blame. I'm practicing Wicca, but even my talents have their limits. I've placed a few feathers on the outside wall as wards, but the Zed just ate them. I tell you, the undead just don't have any respect for the energies of life." Does that make him better with guns, melee weapons, or hand-to-hand combat? Part of me wants to do hand-to-hand combat because I bet that's the perk that would have gotten Zero out of the situation he was in. But also, guns. Get better at that gun you're wielding. And also, you're Mega Man. So, guns. Go, zombie mass. I don't want no mass of zombies. Alright. Improve scouting. Come to me, my sons and daughters. I will teach you the ways of the ranger. Actually, it's nothing so dramatic. Good scouting is about keeping to the top of something tall, keeping your eyes and ears open, and getting the hell out of there at the first sign of danger. We can now see further when scouting. Damn, that resembled X from Mega Man in many, many ways. Alright, we got improved scouting now. Let's take paramedic training, because it'd be pretty easy for 10% less death. Alright. Yes. One of these batches has to attack me before this one. If they take that suburb, that's going to suck, but I'll just take it back. Alright, good. We can't hold them off for long. We need a plan. Red Bull got clipped in the first wave. We could patch her up with some meds to make sure nobody dies this time. Or, our research suggests we should try some on-the-job training. It'd be more dangerous, but we might learn something. I don't know what that means, that we might learn something. I kind of willing to risk it. 5. We pulled our punches and studied how the zombies fight. We learned quite a bit about defense today. Class dismissed. Ah, I think that gave you guys potential upgrades, and that's why you got better. Art Vandal pulled me aside after dinner and said, "What I wouldn't give to get some gas. I miss the days of riding my hog in the highway and back roads of this country. Feeling a powerful machine writhe and throb between my legs. There's nothing quite like it." What perk should he get? Well, that sounded like driver, and also it'd be handy to have him have the driver perk. so may finish missions faster if equipped with a vehicle. Well, we get an assault rifle. Oh, it must have been in that weapons cache. I forgot to check out what I got in that weapons cache. Alright, so take an assault rifle and a motorcycle. We'll learn a little bit more about you, Red Bull. I miss my husband. Harry was such a sweet guy, always willing to help others, always quick with a hug, just a little naive at times, susceptible to outside influence. Heck, that may have been how I convinced him to marry someone like me. We can make you a skeptic, +1 engineering, and immune to religions. Nah. Better with guns, better to hand-to-hand combat. Let's go with guns, because we got guns. Already got a rifle. So do you. We got some pistols that can go around. Does anybody need a pistol? You have an axe, which helps you out scavenge. That baseball bat actually gives you recreation, which has a chance of you doing something interesting when you're by yourself and increasing your happiness, though it doesn't happen too often. You guys don't need the guns. We can just have the guns in storage. We got enough guns that we can have guns in storage. We need more people. We need more people. Alright. So... put that there, and I send you to go do the recruiting. That works. Defended enough. Alright, we'll speed things up. Speed them up till a thing happens. Day 150, and a Brutus of zombies coming. I like that terminology that you came up with, guys. Brutus of zombies. The farm wall isn't going to hold. We have to do something. A couple of Gustav's mercenaries are nearby and came running. They'll help us out, but it's going to cost us. Or there's a lot of junk around here. We could use our spare boards. We've got food. We're on the rise of food. Higher than mercenaries. Gustav's mercenaries made short work of the zombies and we paid them well. It's a little suspicious that they happened to be there just at the right time, but let's be thankful that we're all alive and safe. Alright. Ah! You finished the farm. More zombies massed there after dealing with them. They just keep massing there. Are they flooding in from the mall into the graveyard? Because the graveyard does attract them to a degree. And this rubble field has almost 200 of them in it. It does look like 180 looks to be the max right now. Isn't food becoming a little scarce? A little bit, but we just finished out a farm. With Anchor's farming, we are getting 4.3 food a day in our stockpile, so spending 5 food on being safe is just losing 1 day's worth of food. Really not that big of a deal. And we can now pull him off, and we're still making a food a day because we got that zombie, or we got that farm. Do the Zeds even attack other factions, or does it show, only show Zed going after us? I think it only shows them going after us. I know they can attack other factions, but it might have to be manipulated by the player. The point of the zombie bait is I could bait zombies to go after them. And if I put it up against their walls, the zombies will keep attacking them. On the plus side, if we can just survive till they grow a little bit further, we'll stop getting attacked from the south. Alright. Crap. Thought I had traps out here. Maybe not. Do I have any traps available? I have 1. Alright, we're going to put that there. We're going to make more traps. We're going to do some big scouts now that we got the better scouting going. we can start scouting out larger locations and figuring out what sort of things we're going to be able to scavenge easier. Apparently there are rumors around that we're a bunch of filthy cannibals. Jacob and Ting, the siblings I met while recruiting today, say they heard it from a blonde woman who passed through here earlier this month. A blonde woman. Blonde woman that would call us cannibals. Who is that? Is that what's her face from the Dahlias? Is she blonde? There's a conspiracy behind it. The Zed are manipulated by the factions. That's why they are always safe. Luckily, we've never eaten people. I told them we've been lucky that it's never come to that. Ford has a good source of food, and we've always made it through times of hunger with our morals intact. They seem satisfied with that and agreed to join us. Ooh, 2 more people. What are they? Another engineer and another soldier. Ting stole. I miss the days of the net. I've been a hacker for as long as I can remember. Everything from breaking into banking systems to modding the old brick and cell phones so I could listen into other people's phone calls. This whole real world business is for the dogs. And really with that, no lead crew option. Alright, well I could make you first aid, which unfortunately just may prevent death on missions. That's not within the fort. It's just in missions that you're on. And I would rather you be a skeptic. Just take the +1 to engineering. Immune to religions isn't that big of a deal, although we haven't been infested with cultist desires yet, which can always be a bit of a problem. And I don't know if that makes you immune to cultism. But you're going to take it. And you're going to join the research guild to make these things happen even quicker. You, Jacob. Hey there, friend. Are you tired? Hungry? Down on your luck? Did you happen to stumble on a cache of someone's antique jewelry left behind as the previous owners ran for what truly mattered? Their lives? Well then, have I got a deal for you. Food and gold. Yes, we got it here. Food for gold. We'll give you real food stuff in exchange for any of your inedible gold valuables of yesteryear. And that makes him a friend of Gustav, which would make sense. Or firearm training or hand-to-hand combat. We got guns on guns. We're giving him firearm training. And giving him a pistol. And giving him a dog. There we go. That's all set. We're at 11 survivors now. We're losing 1 food a day. We can lose 1 food a day. If you've tried Soylent Green, then it's not true that you haven't eaten people. We have not adopted Soylent Green into our faction. Part of the reason that there is the have you eaten people question is because there's one faction of cannibals that we haven't met yet. And I'm glad, because we've met the factions that we can deal with. The cannibals, those guys, I don't think I can say yes to the things that would make them happy. They don't expect me to be a cannibal. They expect me to let them be cannibals. And I can't let that be a thing. There's way too much food out here for cannibalism. You just need to work towards it. We've got it. We worked towards it. We didn't die. We made it. Alright. Meanwhile, what do you do? Brutus zombies coming. You are going to do a scout up here. Finish that out and tell me what's going on. Brutus! No! Okay, up there. A river. More hills. Okay, so. Looks like we got this chunk of land to ourselves. Hopefully we're able to expand and take all of it. But that is our expansion plan. This land, this is ours to claim. All this up here, we need to get here before anybody crosses this bridge, but it should be a while before that happens. I don't know exactly how quickly these things expand, but they seem to expand one node at a time and in a random direction. I've seen them make some pretty unique shapes in expanding in an epic map when they didn't have any sort of constraints. I saw one that just made itself a long hallway. It was weird. It was a long hallway of like do 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 do, and that's the civilization. It's something that's entirely impossible to defend, and losing even one thing cuts your civilization in half, which made it really fun to put some zombie bait right up next to it and cut it in half. Wait, we need a plan for you. Brutus. I don't know how soon either of those other things are going to attack. Getting that down to 18% seems doable. Speed this up a little bit. Just a little bit. Another massive Z up there. And what? Alright, here's the Church of the Chosen Ones. We heard knocking at the main gates today and were surprised to find a group of people wearing light brown robes led by an older woman with a bright smile and a large bundle of flyers under one arm. They said they were part of the group called the Church of the Chosen Ones and asked if we were willing to accept Zed as our personal Lord and Savior. So, meeting these guys introduced cultists. Ask what that's all about. Cassandra Starr has the most unnerving presence I've ever encountered. Her eyes stare through you like she's looking off into a distant universe, communicating with beings there. Her voice is soft, but absolutely commanding, every word chiseled into a texture and ancient. It's imprinted on our bones. So ancient it's imprinted on our bones, our DNA. Just standing near her makes you think deep, poetic thoughts. She's also a bit of a nutball. I have the opportunity to learn more about their unusual religion if you want to hear about it. Alright, if we hear about their religion, a minimum of one person in our group will convert to their religion and become a cultist, which has bonuses and negatives. 10% happiness bonus permanently, so they're always going to be a little bit happier. But they believe Zed to be God and will often refuse in tasks that involve killing Zed. Considering we have a lot of soldiers, I don't want to risk any of them becoming cultists. But I also don't want to risk pissing her off, so we're going to politely decline. Sandra gave me a slow smile like some kind of ancient goddess and told me there are others among us who have already begun to believe. Should we be worried? Okay, we also got the paramedic training. One of us will drink the Kool-Aid. That's exactly what's going to happen. Although I did have one scenario where everybody in my group became a cultist, and it was a problem dealing with zombies, and the events I was getting were kind of hilarious, because it'd be things like, the cultist ritual you performed has amassed another group of zombies near the field. Great. And your people won't fight them because they believe they're God. Awesome. But you get the ability to win the game by converting other civilizations to the cultist religion, which is kind of interesting. Alright, let me get a sip of my soda in, and I will go on reading this hunk of text. Hunk of text, hunk of text. The most important part of first aid training is CPR, but nobody could agree on the right way to do it. 5 pumps on the chest, 2 breaths, or was it 7 pumps and 5 breaths? Then people worried about catching STDs from giving mouth to mouth, so they took the breathing part right out. Then victims started suing their rescuers for accidental breaking ribs, and hell, what's the point of even trying? The one rule is act. Do something, anything, and you might save a life. 10% chance of getting injury instead of death. Goddamn hippies. Oh, we haven't even met the hippies yet. Don't you worry. There's a civilization of hippies. Alright. So with that, we got paramedic training. How long would it take us to get med kits? 4 days? Let's do it. Med kits could be a saving grace. And you scouted out all of this successfully. Red Bull became a cultist. Alright. That's not good. Is that blonde? That's blonde. You told people I was a cannibal. Alright. Red Bull Baptist Bell dot cult. Let's put that in there to maintain who's cultists. Plus 10 happiness. But anybody that she hangs out with on a mission has a chance of becoming a cultist. And since she's the only one defending up there, when these zombies overrun, we might get options like, I don't want to kill my god, so no. Okay. Stuff in all those caches. Can you safely get to any of it? Not at the moment. Maybe when we get this Brutus off our back. Alright, check out there. Insert X-Files theme song. I was thinking Twilight Zone myself. Alright. Hopefully everything's fine. They'll be through any minute now. We could set off some of our fuel reserves, or Red Bull got clipped, and we could patch her up with some medicine. Fuel reserves down by 15%. Man, I want those explosions. But I gotta light up our fuel in this case. The wall of flames worked like a charm. Of course, now the whole fort smells like burnt sausages. Alright. We made it through that zombie attack. Backed up sewers. At first we thought the horrible gurgling coming from the sewer drains around the city was because Zed had gotten down there, but it turns out it was just good old-fashioned water getting backed up because no one had done any cleaning down there in months. With all the rain recently, the drains have started to overflow and cause parts of the city are now in foot-deep water. It's going to make it tricky for scavengers to find anything useful until the water cleans out. Scavenging takes longer for 7 days. Alright, well, there goes our dreams of having you scavenge anytime soon. At the very least, scouting isn't scavenging. And you can scout and make scavenging possible later. Buddhist zombie. We can't hold them off for long. We need a plan. We could take risks to defend the building. Somebody might get hurt, but our walls and supplies are worth the added danger. Or we could defend these walls to our dying breaths. They'd have a hard time making it past us, and they'd have to do it over our dead bodies. Dying breaths. 5% chance of failure. I like it when it goes down to 5. I don't like to take that one when it's bigger. We dug our heels and became a wall of meat and resolve. We did not let Brutus Zombie in. Alright, you've got that under control. Two of you over there got that under control. They took them all. The Rifts got them all. Okay. That's good, kinda. The problem is we don't want them to get around us over here. So we need to start taking this. It's going to put us at risk, but we need to stop them from expanding around us. Hold on. There's no benefit to that being. You'd be able to build this quicker. You're going to take just as long on that. Okay, found a bunch of stuff I can get out there. More scouting. Hold on. As much as I'd like to scout down there, I really need to know what's going on up here if we're going to make this our plan. Would be really bad is if there's another faction up there encroaching in. Over here, and here I am, unable to see the pointer, imagining where it is. Mass Zed found a way through our wall. They're attacking us. There's a lot of junk around here. We could build a barricade for 3. Yeah, we'll build a barricade for 3. Mega Man was still injured. Zombie punched straight through our crude walls like they were made out of packing peanuts. To be fair, the styrofoam was probably a poor choice of material to use. Alright. Mega Man got injured. You can defend there. Be A-okay. We're researching medkits and medicine. It's going to take a little longer than it would be to help you out. Okay. Great. Brutus zombie up there. Created zombie traps. Good, good, good. Poor Mega. This is the 3rd time getting injured now. Alright. We are going to take this place. Yeah. Okay, scouted out a bunch of stuff up there. Doesn't look like there's too immediate. There's hills over here, which means this might be a little tiny island itself. There's also something going on over here. Up there is weird. The game wants your successor dead. The game wants all of us dead, to be fair. Alright. Just spot scout that place. Going by half hours. It's a little slow. We'll go by hours. Back to half hours as things get close to finishing up for you. Alright, we've scouted out that location now. I have 2 traps left. We need to clear those out of zombies a little bit. Cut these guys off from getting our stuff. Your phone's dying, so you're gonna head out. See you later, Shrug. Thanks for stopping by. I don't know how much longer this stream's gonna be going on for. It has been 3 hours, and I estimate I'm gonna have to take a break in a little bit and figure it out, or I might have to stop in a little bit, like 20-30 minutes. Alright, you need to... all the scouting, or all the scavenging is still wonked. Losing 1 food a day, that's not a big deal. Scout here and find out what's in those 3 locations. Close death always gets you excitement. Their frenzy at the wall by our suburbs. Red Bull Baptist Bell Cult got clipped in the first wave. We could patch her up with 3 medicine to make it 1% more likely she survives and takes this. But no, we won. Sure, things look bad when that pack of rabid dogs joined, but that just created chaos. A group of Granville Riffs showed up today in their matching black and yellow pajama robes. Malik wants to challenge the strongest fighter face to face with their champion in one-on-one combat to prove which of our groups is stronger. Rosie Baptiste Bell took one look at their champion, a harmless-looking old man with a walking stick, and said that she could take him. I'm not so sure about that, but if she really wants to try, she is our born and raised fighter. I'm gonna let her go in and try this. Agree to fight. The match lasted into the night with a lot of posturing and near misses, neither fighter giving any ground. After the 3rd break, just as clock struck midnight, Rosie dropped their champion with a well-timed two-fist hammer punch. Afterwards, Malik seemed to look on us with newfound respect. He even bowed to us before they dragged their fallen champion back home. Proving our worth to the Granville Rifts! Well, even if they do box us in, they won't kill us. We're becoming friends with them. Hopefully they'll box the Dahlias in, actually. That would be ideal. Because the Dahlias aren't our friends so much. They're not our enemies. They're not our friends so much. You can actually... you're a cultist. I don't want you to join the group and make other people cultists. Instead, you're going to go here and scout out that. Oy, Mass Z over there. Fine. Alright, we took the gas station and we moved the trap over there. Perfect, perfect, perfect. You're going to take that position. You're going to step over here and defend against that. Okay. Now, he's going to try to take that gas station from us. I don't want to make anybody a cultist, but I also don't want to lose that gas station right quick. Nat, that faction is getting on your nerves. Can't you take it down? No, the factions are way stronger than any of the zombies. In fact, in the research tree, it is almost impossible to successfully attack anybody until researching preemptive strikes. When you're way too weak to fight anybody who can shoot back. Alright, you spotted some food up there. What's going on with this thing? And how much longer is scavenging gonna suck? 3 more days? Grr. Another massive Z appear. They keep appearing there. Alright, craftable medicine and workshops. The placebo effect is a powerful force. Sugar pills labeled as all natural and no side effects used to be touted as vitamin supplements or herbal remedies to help you boost your immune system or eliminate cancer-causing free radicals. But none of it was real, except for your own belief that they did something. We developed a system for sorting and distributing medicine, and it starts with tossing all that homeopathic snake oil into the trash. We can now use the real medicine into med kits for use in the field. It'll be all good, and Nat can expand the territory to the north. That's the plan. Oh, I need to cut him off over here and claim this chunk of land for my own. My only worries are them expanding around me, which is why I'm stopping up here, because that seems bigger than my other worry of them expanding across the bridge. Because the way that the expansions happen in the factions, them crossing a bridge and expanding beyond it is a little weird when they still have other room to expand. They might, but it's weird. Alright, research. Research. How long would Fort Silence take? Because that would help us out a bit. I'm going for it. A week for Fort Silence. Fort Silence reduces the chances significantly of these Z masses popping up on our borders. $38 more buildings and I get to establish a government. And just to let you know, these spaces that are forward, they do count as 4 more buildings. Alright, spotted food. Yeah, it looks like this is just a little nub up here of safety safe. Free places to take if you're the first to expand up there, basically. Alright. Good to know. I guess the other thing to check out is what's going on over here. I'll learn a lot about stuff scouting from that park. Brutus zombie! We can't hold them off for long. We need a plan. There are a lot of us. If we coordinate in one place, we'll have an advantage, but may face more casualties if we lose. We're going to coordinate. We may face casualties. Coordinate! We got everyone working together like a well-oiled machine and steamrolled over the zombies and everything else in our path. Live together, die alone. Haha, lost references. Okay, you come here. Defend against those guys. That brings you down to a 3. What if I bring my second most useful guy? Brings you down to a 10. Okay. Putting you here in the key spot brings you to 21. You to 44, and I'm betting that you're adding a bit to it already. And if we move you down to block you directly, okay, that's decent. Drive and reclaimed. Hold on one sec. Okay. Just gotta set myself up to be able to receive a phone call if I get one. Yeah. My phone dies, then I have to go get a charger to plug it in. Oh, you finished building that. That makes you more dangerous. Crud. Because now this location needs to be defended for you to care. I'm gonna go reinforce that. The food looks pretty scarce. Materials. Does this have a... that doesn't have a trap on it. Do you have traps in place? No. We're out of materials for all that. Okay. If I put you here and you claim that, I'm really hoping the trap will slide up here. That's what I want out of that. That's 37, or that goes to 34, and that's 52. It's not good. It's not good. Maybe his injury will heal up and we can fix things. Alright, speed along. Scouted over there. What did we learn? Yeah, they're barely over here. This nub is one odd extremity over here, so I'm really not worried about this. That being said, I want to learn more about the things that I could actually get to easily, and I don't want to have to worry about that roamer getting me. Bill the Woodcutter. We're desperate for building materials and can't reclaim any buildings until we get more, so I wonder if it's just a coincidence that someone pulled up with a pickup truck full of lumber. His name is Bill, and he's got a family waiting for him in the hills somewhere. He's not interested in joining us, but can maybe help. Ask for free lumber, find out where he got the lumber, invite him for lunch, for 2 food. Let's do that. Here, come to lunch, bud. Bill sat down and relished the simple meal we prepared him. He said he gets materials from demolishing buildings, cutting them out of the woods, and sometimes he finds good stuff while scavenging supplies. You know, all of the ways you find materials. Before he left, he told us of a nearby cache of materials that we could have. So either that's how we got that 10, or there's going to be an exclamation mark somewhere for materials. That's for the underground faction. I don't see any cache materials. Maybe it was just the 10 he gave me. Helpful. Helpful. Alright, we're attacked by that one. They'll be through any minute now. We could drive our motorcycle into them, or we could take risks to defend the building. Somebody may get hurt, but our walls and supplies are worth the added danger. Motorcycle. We plowed into the zombies, crippling their main force. We're going to be picking bits out of the tire for next week. Good. Defend there. You finally heal up from your injury. And the trap lowered the zombies there, making that less of a threat. So you'll go up there and make that a non-threat. And move on. How much longer? Final day of scavenging sucking. Rosie became a cultist. Oh, crap. Yep, of course you'd convince your daughter to be a cultist. Oh well. I forgot pairing them up might make them cultists. Let's get Art out of there then. I don't know if I could put him anywhere that would be helpful. I could have him clear out zombies here. They won't respawn there, and if there aren't any zombies there, then we won't get hit with a massive Zed. So we'll do that. Rosie becoming cultist isn't the worst. That does put our happiness in a good situation. You spotted resources. Alright, scavenging is going to become better soon enough. We're going on scavenge missions now. Scavenging back to normal. Alien, alien, alien. Yeah, that soundtrack was pretty alien. The come on, big massive zombies. Why don't you ever attack the other side? You're right next to their walls. Zed's numbers are no match for humanity's discipline. We met them head on and sliced them into many, many pieces. Kind of a zombie slurry. Defend. Alright, go scavenge some stuff. Maybe we can find the answers to our problems. Zombie attack imminent. Brutus! Found materials and food. Okay. Go find more things. Found materials. Okay. Go to 7-Eleven. The 812. Get stuff there. Suburb reclaimed. Take that one too. And my trap did move up there. Good. Okay. Attack me, Brutus. Good. Okay, the drive-in wall isn't going to hold. We have to do something. We could take risks to defend the building. Somebody might get hurt, but our wall and supplies are worth the added danger. Or Rosie Baptist Bell Cult is so pumped she's practically foaming at the mouth. She'll do some serious damage on both herself and the zombies if we let her loose. Let Rosie loose! Rosie went completely nuts on the zombie, single-handedly won us the fight, and she collapsed in pain. I didn't realize you could pull your back out by screaming so loud, but I guess the human body does have its limits. Alright, so she got injured. If I put all you there, right, because you need to defend there. 59. This is a bit problematic. We're going to defend here, and if you take the drive-through, you take the drive-through. Wait. What do you have equipped? Alright. You do have the assault rifle, but it's the submachine gun. Not a big deal. Alright, speed things up a little bit. We found a stick and a bunch of fuel. Oh, damn. Alright, who's my crafter? Who was it? You, Dr. Phillips. This has 2.4 days left. If I pull you out and tell you to make some explosives, this has 3.1 days. Worth it. Make those explosives. Found materials. You didn't find much there. Oh, the stick and fuel came from there, so never mind. Found all sorts of good stuff there. Alright. And you're gonna go scout. Day 162. We've got 11 survivors. Our happiness is on the rise. Our food's on decline, but only by a tiny bit. And if we wanted to stop his scouting, we could have him scavenge or farm. We even have this gas station in our area, which isn't that great. Crafted bonus items. You're not even done, and you made 4 bonus explosives. Go, crafter! Boom! Okay. The other of you guys are fine. Do whatever you feel. You finished scouting out over there. Good. Build. We're expanding that. Is this location? That's already rubble. So if you become problematic, we're gonna blow up that place too. You think the cult has taken Paul? You mean like in chat? It's very possible. Red Bull Baptist Bell.Cult had a strange request today. She asked if she could have the body of one of the zombies we killed on the east wall this morning. She said it was for a religious ceremony to honor the dead. We don't usually have funerals for zombies, but I'm not sure of the harm. Let her have the body. Faction respect +5. I'm guessing with those cult people. She thanked me and promised it would be quite the lovely ceremony and quite hygienic, and that Dr. Phillips would be helping. Does that mean you became a cultist? Damn it! Who else is a cultist? You. None of you are cultists. You've become a cultist. Art's not a cultist. Mega Man. Mega Man. Stay away from her and her cultist ways. Are you a cultist? No. Just. Cultist? Alright. Cultist. Cultist. And everybody below that's dead. So you became a cultist because I allowed that body. So even though you weren't hanging out, that event made you a cultist. But mine, right, and this should be 70. Okay, yeah, so we did gain respect with them. And it's not, you're one of the better people to become a cultist, I suppose. We really just don't want our soldiers to become cultists because we want them to be comfortable killing zombies. Alright, we made more explosives. Good. Make medkit. Took that drive in. Good. Take that back. How comfortable are you oh, that's a green scavenge. Just take that. Welcome back. Indeed, welcome back, Paul. You were busy for a bit. Makes sense. We all become busy from time to time. Noise and light consistently attract more undead to our walls. To reduce this, we set up a lights out policy at night, and then we added dampening to our walls, making them a little taller and knobbier, so they'll deflect sound back into the fort. We also sound dampened our busiest common buildings and the generators, and blacked out windows in the rooms we use at night. If we could have moved the whole town underground, we would have, but this'll do for now. Need to work on the food issue? We don't have a food issue. We're just losing a little bit of food per day. It was 1, now it's 1.5 because they grow up so young. Angelo Baptist Bell is now 14 years old. In the old days, he still couldn't drive, drink, or vote, and it says all the same stuff as when anybody becomes old enough to do anything. Angelo Baptist Bell has spent his life researching engineering. I used to have a pet rabbit when I was younger. I named her Rabbit. Don't blame me. I was 5. One day, some men from our fort tried to take Rabbit because they were hungry. They wanted to eat her, but my mom showed them her gun. And after that, they left us alone. You are going to be a bookworm. Doesn't make sense with what you just told me, but being a researcher, we definitely want you to be able to equip the book and get research boosts. Secondarily, I took Rabbit everywhere with me in my backpack. One time, me and her snuck out of the fort to go scavenging in a department store. While I was playing in the toy department, Rabbit got loose and ran away. I searched for hours in that store. I was so desperate and scared I felt like everything was my fault. Later, my mom told me that's how she felt whenever she couldn't find me. And we might as well give you first aid. It may prevent death on missions. None of the other stuff is all that worthwhile. Join the crew! Alright, so somebody probably has a book that doesn't need it. You have a book. Sorry, I gotta take your book. You wanna ride a bicycle instead? Doesn't do anything for you. And you get the book. So I'll give you +2 in research boosts. And with that, we can pick another research and get going on it real quick like. Searchlights, signposts, fireworks. Fireworks is helpful because that would help me deal with problems of happiness, but it costs ammo to make fireworks. How long would electrified walls be? We can do electrified walls in 9 days. How long is irrigation? 4 days. Zombie bait, probably also 4 days. Also 4 days. Advanced construction, turret towers, not necessary right now. Doctor training, Spotting spies, So it comes down to electrification or irrigation or zombie bait. And I'd only do zombie bait because I want advanced traps, but I actually want irrigation. So we're going to go with that Because something that could really hurt us is a random event that destroys all of our food or farming potential. Can you scavenge that safely? Go ahead. Grab that real quick. It's not so much that I've changed my mind. It's as you go down further in any tree, it takes longer and longer to research stuff. But as they're researching, they level up in research and become better and better at it. So it makes more sense to me to grab the earlier researches that will be useful and have them level up, making later research quicker. All in all, I think it ultimately allows me to have all of the research quicker. And if not, it at least allows me to have the research that will be useful immediately at the immediate time. Tiempo, tiempo. Okay. We'll speed some stuff up. You found materials. Hooray. Go you. We could use some more fuel because we used all the fuel we had. None of this stuff is safe. Alright, go check that out. And how unsafe is it? Like a 12? 23, geez. Versus 17? That's just food. 12. If I go on this side. 24. Eugh. I'd steal all your stuff. Just asking which problems the cult cause. The cult's rituals often attract zombies, and soldiers who are cultists will often refuse to fight zombies. They don't want to kill their friends. Okay. I could add you back to the group to have you make more stuff. We're going to use some of those materials for some more traps. You are now our resident crafter. I don't think you're ever going back in the lab. You're not going to teach them about your culty ways. Now I did get a med kit and I could have healed her up with it, but she was so close to being healed up. Regardless, she's already a cultist, so she can go join the culty defenders. On the downside, when he finishes this, then I'm gonna have him go do that. And then this becomes where you need to defend against that, and this becomes more dangerous because it can attack in 2 different directions. You thought they would become killing machines? No, it's the cult of the dead, and they believe zombies to be God. So they worship the zombies. And they are against the killing of zombies. Okay, wait a sec. I just realized something. That means you aren't watching a kid no more. You can get your building back up. Because your kid grew up. Hey, does that make you happy? The kid I was looking after died. I played tag with Angelo. I had a good homebrew of the bar. So having the bar, even though I don't have a leader there doing anything, is improving our happiness just because they can go and get alcohol there. So if I did have the church, that would be improving happiness. But I needed food more than happiness. Nice, you got some more fuel. Do you have anything I could rob? I'm robbing all y'all. I mean, shoot, if it's safer than the other stuff. Okay. What's that? The danger there? 13 versus jacking all your crap. 12. 12 to jack your crap. Doing it. Operation Clambake. Nell McClung of the Dahlias is here to perform some sort of intervention. It seems she's pleading with us to stop working with the Church of the Chosen Ones and to root our cultists in our own fort. No. People can believe what they want in my fort, regardless of how ridiculous it is. Get out of here. I asked Nell to respect our wishes and please leave us alone. She was disappointed, but I don't think she's given up on us. You'll change your mind once you see what they're really capable of. Why you always make that voice when saying the kid I was watching over died? Because that is the voice in which that sentence needs to be said, I guess. Alright, we just became a lot less happy. Why is our happiness just plummeting all of a sudden? Still upset about the death of Zero. Okay. Who's our least happy people? Our dead people are pretty unhappy, but Mega Man and Jimmy are even more unhappy than some of the dead people. Now, I understand Mega Man. He got hurt recently, so he's upset about that. But he's got a puppy he's hanging out with. That should make him happy. And you're just still upset that that kid died. You're going to be upset about that forever. So there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Just, holy crap, the happiness went down so dramatically. Because you're so unhappy and you were using the kid to cheer you up, and now you're so upset because the kid's not increasing your happiness anymore. It all makes sense. It sucks, but it makes sense. Created zombie traps. Hold on. What do we have? 2 med kits, 3 traps, and 5 explosives. 5 explosives is pretty much good. Don't think we need more explosives right now. But maybe. We'll make more med kits. Because we can craft medicine. We can't craft fuel ever. Fuel we can only ever find. Or buy. Got a toolbox. Somebody just got a lot better. From 12 to 16, the toolbox. Alright, let's go take that food, I guess. Nat is sadistic. I concur. Don't tell Nat, though. I mean, I do enjoy playing this zombie survival game, both for the good things that happen and the bad. It wouldn't be nearly as worth playing if it wasn't so harsh. That's why I have to play it on Impossible, because it's too easy on all the other difficulties. They swarmed just after 2 a.m., not 10 minutes after I'd finally been able to get sleep, but I was up and out of there within 5 minutes, just like we drilled, and by dawn, all that was left of them was a pile of bloody body parts. Alright. You will help defend there. Go. That suburb has been reclaimed. We have traps. I need to be using them. Set a trap there. Set a trap there. Not too worried about that place. Okay. Oop, hold on. Gotta take a quick break. Okay. That was me getting the call from my girlfriend. She just finished up with work, and she's going to be grabbing some food and heading here. She's going to send me another text when she's got food grabbed. And at that point, I need to be finishing this up so that I can spend time with her when she gets here. But still had zombie traps to place. Okay. Zombie traps to place. Well, I want to be expanding north, so we'll work towards that. I already got one on there because that's a big one. Back up that. Throw that there. And lovers, how cute. Well, we are lovers, but we don't celebrate things right. Today is technically our 5-year anniversary, and we're not doing anything particularly special for it. I'm trying to convince her to go do something on a day that we have free to do, I don't know, something. But finances are a bit of a problem. Alright. Decisions made. You now. You now. You. Just surprise her and be spontaneous. I've tried that in years past. She does not like surprises. At least no surprises that I can figure out on a budget. But she's definitely the type of person when she's like, don't get me anything, she means don't get her anything. I learned that lesson many of times. I do want to do something though. I don't want to just completely let it go by. My plan is that we have a couple of gift cards to places, and I just kind of want to take her out so it's free, going out and doing something. I don't know. Hard to convince her to go out, though. Definitely can't convince her to go out on a surprise. But that's mostly right now. It's just hard to convince her to go out because her work schedule is just so thick. And at the place she's working, so many people keep quitting and they keep throwing more hours at her. In the past 2 weeks, 3 people have quit. And her 4 days off between those 2 weeks got narrowed down to 1 day off. Here's the plan. Okay, this is nothing. I can build a farm there and help out my food. It'll take you a day, right? Yeah, build a farm. Go on a trip, maybe the zoo. I want to convince her to go to the zoo. Occasionally the zoo nearby has a giraffe exhibit where you actually get to feed the giraffes. And that sounds like something that she would be really into. But every time I try to talk to her about it, she talks herself out of it. Got a flare gun, which is pretty good. Not many can hack it right out of college to work on vehicles. Yeah. Doing anything straight out of college is a bit of a hassle. Some people make it work out. None of this stuff has anything for me to get, does it? Can I rob you? Could. Especially if I got some help. Wait. I feel like... Yeah, I had the flare gun. +3 leadership, +2 defense. We're gonna give your driver... Mega Man, you gotta give up the pup and take the gun. It's sad, I know. But then you can... No, the hammer gives you the extra buff because of your double training. You take the pup. It's already day 168, now 169. This time is truly being a long run. I'm surprised that we're only here. I mean, impossible mode is tricky, but in all of the other difficulties, I got way further by this point. Like, by the time day 150 rolls around, I'm unstoppable. This is an interesting change of pace. I'm glad I'm doing impossible mode. When I went to engineering, I thought I'd be sitting on a cozy desk inventing things, not up to my knees in mud, digging irrigation canals. But if it doesn't rain, we need to get water some other way. We no longer have the big electric pumps to bring it in from reservoirs outside town, so this is why my back hurts like hell now. Prevent drought, higher max food. Now, unfortunately, that doesn't increase how much each place actually yields, but pesticides is improved farming. That helps. Alright, well, that increases our food store and gets rid of a lot of random events that could have happened that would hurt us in the food game. Pesticides would take 9 days. Zombie bait would take 4 days. I'm going to go with the zombie bait because I want those advanced traps at this point. Now is the time that the upgrade matters more. We found a wrench and some stuff. And my phone's getting close to dying. Hopefully it lasts long enough for me to receive that call. Otherwise, I'm just going to have to assume that when it dies, I need to stop. Alright, where you continue to be there. Zombie bait next called it. You did. Although I don't think I'll be making any zombie bait or using it in the near future. That is what we grabbed. Who was it I just gave that gun to? Mega Man? Congratulations, Mega Man. You get to go lie to these people and tell them that we have electricity and whatever the other fucking thing they wanted was that we didn't get. Oh, I think it was bunker towers, or just guard towers, and we do got that now. It's a 24. The other side of the river is just so damn dangerous. That's 24 too. Use it on the feminazi clan when able. I might, if they want to get me into trouble. But if they want to be cool, we can just chill next to them. I will probably be using it on other factions when I meet them, like the cannibals. You built a farm, and we learn more about your backstory. Do I do anything else? Well, I did some delivery work getting packages from point A to point B as quick as possible. Packages and people certain fellas in blue uniforms might have had an unfortunate interest in. Now I know I was being a little shady, but I wasn't hurting nobody, and top of the line, oil ain't nothing to pay for itself after all. What should Jimmy pick? He can be a driver, a fighter, or a redecorator. We're going to give him Fighter, although Redecorator probably fits him as a builder more. Redecorator hardly ever procs. That is, may automatically convert useless buildings, but in all of my playing this, I've seen that happen once. Driver may complete missions faster if equipped with a vehicle, but we're not equipping them with a vehicle. We're equipping them with that toolbox that's giving them +6 to building. Fighter, 3 extra defense, just on him. That'll help out in desperate situations where he needs to defend. And with that farm, we have equalized. Alright. Good equalization. We're going to take this place. Getting packages for people. Human trafficking confirmed. Did he say or? I thought it was for. It is or. Yep. Human trafficking confirmed. You are correct, sir. How's my phone doing? Okay. Speed it along. Not too fast, but speed it along. Created med kits. Good. Craft more explosives. Yeah. You did not let that one go by. No, I did not. That is a huge difference if he's just like, yeah, man, I slung some drugs, got some weapons for people that shouldn't have them, versus human trafficking. Those are two completely different things. Alright. This place has been cleared out of everything but zombies. Oh, we went so long without it taking the camera from me. Give me the camera back. Alright. I got 5 explosives. Boom! Damn. I blew up the Walmart and, what? How is this? Okay. We haven't met St. Michael's School for Boys yet, so that... Why is this happening right now? 2 of our guys got ambushed by a group of boys in school uniforms today. They had hilarious improvised weapons, socks full of quarters, dual swords made of fan blades, and modded Nerf guns that shot real darts. They were kids from an old-fashioned boarding school called St. Michael's, where they're fending for themselves now that the teachers are gone. They let our guys go, but warned us to be careful around their school unless we want a dart or 2 in the butt. How... They must have expanded into what I was seeing. Okay, so I wasn't exploring, so I didn't expect to see them. They expanded into where I can see. Okay. More factions on the other side of that river. That's fine. We just blew that up. And it's unfortunate. We're not going to get any of the materials from demolishing it or converting it, but using this we can start making ourselves a little pathway up here and cut them off. And that's what we're trying to do, more so than anything else. Found more materials. How bad's that? 13, go for it. If nothing else, you're leveling up scavenging and making it possible to do these scarier ones later. Although I'm surprised we haven't gotten a single scavenger or leader from our recruitment. Maybe this will get us one. We've gotten a lot of engineers. Actually, at this point, we could probably pull Nat 20 off of engineering and have him do other stuff. So this fort of yours, does it have electricity? Asked Fish Fingers, the potential recruit had spent all morning trying to snooze. He's an engineer. How about watchtowers? Lie, it's got both. I lied through my teeth, listing all sorts of amenities our fort still doesn't have. Fish Fingers jumped up, packed all his things, and moved in right away. Took him a couple of days to realize he'd been had, but by that time he'd settled in and decided it wasn't so bad after all. He's pretty grumpy that I lied to him, but he'll get over it. Fish fingers! Dr. Fish Fingers. Hey friend, you're not one of those government types, are you? Nah, I'm not one of those paranoid so-and-sos that thinks the government is out to get him. I know they're out to get me. Well, at least they were. I'm pretty sure the warrants for my arrest were destroyed. But with the rest of society, you can never be too careful, right? Camper means he wouldn't go against our population limit, which isn't that big of a deal. First aid or crafter? Can he prevent death on missions? We're going to give you first aid. And you are actually going to be our first person that we convert to something else. You, sir, are going to train to be a scavenger. And you have first aid, so you can actually heal people on the missions that you're on later. Was it what? Found a rocket launcher. Alright. You get rewarded for not being a cultist. Rocket scientist. And yeah, that's better. You're still rocking just a pistol. That's better. Everybody upgrade. A rocket launcher. Okay. We're gonna chill out for a moment. Farm. Get our food supply up. He's going to train to be a scavenger. And eventually when he does, you can team up with him. Go out scavenging. Are you coming to raid me? I thought we were friends. You didn't like that I was like, I'm not. Alright, take that place. Go. Okay. Time's going. Made more explosives. Good. Build, traps. Wait until Mega Man becomes the next cultist. Refuses to fire his rocket launcher. Alright, there's the text. Unfortunately, this is where we're going to have to wrap this up today. Or for now. It is possible I might stream this more later tonight. Unlikely I'll be streaming it tomorrow, but possible. Friday seems like a better opportunity. Again, if you want to have the best opportunity to know when my streams are going to happen, I try to let my Twitter know, but sometimes that doesn't work out so well. Either way, it's time for me to go now. Day 172, 4-hour stream, 72 days. We still alive. In fact, we thriving. We got big plans now. We know where we're going to carve ourselves out. This is going to be easy. We're going to take that, and then go up here all the way up there. It's going to be great. Anyway, I got to see you guys later. Bye.